we're gonna start, so he's just gonna have to catch up. So,
Catch
because
up. What about mustard? Sorry.
Already starting with your awful jokes. I love it.
Yeah,
oh man, that's crazy. It's like you can't even hear Joy again. Man, oh well, hopefully he'll figure it out at some point. Meanwhile, he can think about what he's done and stop making terrible jokes. So,
Okay, it's really funny though because I didn't notice you server muted me until you said crazy. I looked up and said crazy. That was crazy, and then I saw I was server muted.
and that's why I muted his bitch ass, because I knew he'd do that.
Bro.
Holy hell, dude!
Anyways,
I was so fully prepared.
I'm pushing
Code of
the
7.
funny music button, which means I need silence in the kingly domain. Because
Funny, that was funny once.
I'm going to do what I always do and start the session so we can get through as much as possible, because you guys always nag me to keep going. So, hello and welcome back to King's Campaign number 2, Curse of the Dragon Goddess. I am joined here by my lovely degenerate friends that I don't want to play with, but I continue to put up with them. Where we last left off, a hag in the woods was terrorizing the players, making them see floating rocks, making them eventually seeing images that may or may not have been true of people in their pasts that they had supposedly wronged in some way, bringing them to their knees in anguish. Zelia, though, was able to break through this mental illusion and trace her steps back and realizing this hag is someone that she has encountered before. Racing to dispel the illusion, she led the charge with her new comrades into the hag's little hut, which wound up being bigger than they thought, taking out some very creepy-looking humanoid pieces, and then getting salt and peppered to likely turn into a meal. They found the hag, Striga Nona, preparing some kind of stew. Using their quick wit, they dumped tons of mayonnaise into her stew pot for absolutely no reason, and engaged in combat with the hag. Although she had them on the ropes, and Daniel couldn't pick himself up to literally save his life, eventually her cat powers were not enough, and the hag was beaten down and forced to reveal the location of some figure from Zelia's past. After the hag spoke, and a promise of letting her go was broken, she was literally split down the middle and left for dead. The group of 5, joined by a 6th temporarily, the elderly halfling man, Dagrin, he accompanied them on their trip. Finally, as night begins to settle in, they have arrived in the city of Elturia. So, you guys are literally just walking up. Why do I change the page and then there's always stuff written on here? Hi!
We love it.
Hi.
Fucking hell. Okay. You're in Elturia. I guess I gotta read because you're walking up the steps, the 6 of you. Elturia, a large, orderly city overlooking the river Shionthar. It is filled with merchants, river traders, and farmers markets. Its most distinguishing feature is a brilliant magical light that hovers above it. Not too light, not too bright, not too little. But it illuminates it day and night. The light is visible from almost every corner, though it is not painful to stare at or a hindrance at night like it is now. It appears from afar as like a star or distant sun. A multitude of trees, both actual trees and almost like mushroom-tipped ones, begin to sprout out, forming the base infrastructure of this canyon-esque city. It's late, so there's not too many people on the streets, but you guys you have arrived. So what are you going to do now?
Upon arriving, Edison is going to look over at Daniel, and he's going to speak to him and be like, well, based on what we saw, the cult was meant to be heading here, right? Did they indicate where you were meant to meet them upon the deal being completed, or are we just supposed to wing it?
Let me look at my notes real quick to see if I had written that down. Okay. I had not, but can I roll a history check to see if I remember where they told me to meet them after I was done with my mission?
Bet of course, my friend.
That is a 19.
No, they just said they're going to Elturia.
Okay.
It was probably bad of you to not ask.
I suppose that is true. But either way,
Honestly, once we got to Alturia and I met back up with you guys, I figured we would go talk to Leos and let him know what's going on and what I've discovered. I'll be honest, I didn't plan on meeting up with the cult again.
Well then, if that's the case, then I say that we find some shelter for the evening, maybe an inn or something, somewhere that hopefully sells maybe a bit of food, maybe some drink, and we kind of settle a bit of food, yes, and we settle in for the night because after all that walking and dealing with that fucking bitch, I'd rather not potentially end up in another scrap if that's all right with you.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Upon hearing Daniel's agreements, Edison is going to kind of look around, do like a head check of everyone else, see if they're all like down and willing as well, kind of like looking, like pointing, like, yeah, you.
Yeah, Zelia would just, without saying anything, just nod her head in a yes gesture.
Since he's not here, we'll say Spaztok agrees with you as well.
No,
He's back.
Oh, he is back. Okay.
Spaztok agrees with me. I
Yeah,
don't know why he's
God.
Scottish now, but he is. Also, I missed. Sorry, guys, I missed my opportunity to say slurs before the stream. So.
It's okay.
Damn.
we
You have to get them.
understand.
You have to
We
write
do
them
it
down tonight instead. So.
now. You're gonna write them down like a Christmas list.
Just
Well-
write them down. Just like get through them for next
I love that
time.
Theo Von quote where he's talking to his buddy who's an African American, and he's like, yeah, he's like, people shouldn't need to be saying the N-word. When I need to get it out, I just write it down. So, so I just tell Sketchy
Fuck's
when you need to be
sake.
racist, just write it down. So.
Upon
But
getting
King, my sheet's full.
Flip it over.
This page is done too.
I'll buy you a notebook for it. Now,
Aw.
get into the role play.
upon getting the agreements from everyone, Edison like kind of like start like wandering around, like see if there's like any kind of like signage that would like indicate towards a commercial district of sorts that would like indicate like where there might be inns or taverns.
Well, there is a well, it looks like where a map vendor would be, but now it's just like a stand with like maps listed on there. It has locations and such of the area if you want to grab one.
Yes, I would love that.
So you pick it up. It has a key marker of all the major locations. So you have the Church of Olora. You're just reading these down. There's the Black Knife Tavern and Inn. Of course, the River Chionthar and Docks. The Merchant Strip and the Dome of Sanctuary, which is also a living quarters. So you have a couple options for going places.
Okay. Based on let's go check the Merchant's Quarter. Based on how I'd view it, I'd assume that anything involving services and goods would be there. So I'd assume an inn or a tavern would be there. Personally.
I read there's the Black Knife Tavern. That's in an area.
Yeah,
The Merchant
yes,
Strip is where
you're right.
like the goods are sold and stuff. So
Sorry,
business
I
and
had
stuff.
missed the Black Knife Tavern. Like my mind went like really foggy for a second. There, I was like, okay, well.
That's fine. you
Let's
have
go
the
with
paper
Black
in
Knife
front of
Tavern
you. You
then.
can read it multiple times. I can read it to you multiple times. If you need me to. But
Yeah,
there's a
Edison's
tavern.
eyes glaze over. He's like, huh. I can't read this for some reason. And then he comes back to reality. Oh, I can read it now. Black Knife Tavern, let's go with that.
Why was I seeing 3 of every word for a second there?
That was really confusing.
Really got to get some
Bro
food
had some
in.
of the soup.
Damn, mayonnaise kicking my ass right now.
Yeah. Also, King, sorry, I just loaded up the stream. That is a nice ass shirt.
Well, thank you.
That's a really nice shirt. I love that. No,
All
Yeah,
right,
open up
all right,
Twitch.
Sketchy. That's enough
You like
buttering up the DM.
I want that shirt. No, I want that shirt.
It's a
now.
nice flannel. I do like
It is
Oh,
a
yeah, those
really
are
nice
sick.
shirt.
Thank you.
It is a nice shirt. I like it a lot. Sorry.
Now I'm blushing.
But,
Oh my gosh.
Well, I gotta check it out real
Nice.
quick. Well,
Sure. I
Oh,
really
the
like
classic
it.
flannel with the white tee. Yes, perfect.
And if
Such a
you-
good combo.
I like this look. I think it's my go-to look when I go out of the house and stuff. So
fuck, I'm gonna.
Very good look.
he's not gonna bang you. Thank you, Dyer. No, I'm not. But
I
King.
might.
You know where that flannel would look much better?
Oh no.
what?
Over the end of my bed.
Discard on the hotel room floor.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Things are getting spicy today, and we just started. But But and you can too. Check out King wearing his occasional flannel on stream as long as you click that follow button right here, right now. And you can see me wearing flannels on my YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, King's Nerd Cave. Thank you very much.
Good plug.
Shameless shill, love it.
That's the first plug I think we've had like in the middle of a D&D session.
Hey, he set me up for it, and it's going on YouTube anyway. So click the link in the description. Anyways, sorry. So you guys are gonna go tune in for more flannel. Exactly. That's the new caption.
Exactly.
All right. So you guys are going. You're going to the tavern.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty then. Let me get my notes switched over here. All right. So you walk along the light cobblestone path. A couple people give you a friendly nod of sorts, because this is after the era of the massive disease where people don't talk to each other anymore. So, anyways, we're just gonna jump over that one. There's some nice like fireflies at night in the distance here. The sky is quite clear for the most part, though the very tall trees make it hard to see the light overhead. Eventually, you do come across a very large and lively sounding structure with lights inside, the Black Knife Tavern and Inn.
Nice.
Pushing the sliding doors open, you all head inside. I'm just gonna assume you all walk inside. I'm not gonna ask you about that. So
We'd like to split the party.
We're gonna split the party. We're
All right.
gonna go half inside, and the rest of us gonna sleep out in the streets.
all right, the rest to make this easier, then I'm just gonna have half of you drown in the river, and we'll just focus on the other half. So.
Joke's on you. I am part aquatic animal.
This is true.
Well, then you can just go in the bar. So, anyways, stop splitting.
Daniel can't
Rock,
swim.
paper, scissors. We're gonna rock paper scissors to see who dies.
All right, everyone, roll a d10. I'll tell you what happens. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
All right, so you all head inside. Some light flute music is playing in the distance. There appears to be a couple like a two-man band, one with like a single bowstring, and then one guy with a flute, and it's good enough. There's a couple guys passed out in the corner, but you do see a handful of various cat-like folk, elven folk, dwarven folk, all sitting about drinking their booze. A couple people laughing a little too loudly, but the place is quite large. The wooden structure itself is well built and with a light gloss overhead. It gives you a very warm and comforting feeling.
Upon entering the establishment, I will look over to Daniel, Spaztok, and Sheldon, and I'll be like, would you fellas mind finding us a table? Well, I can't exactly carry all the drinks with one hand now, can I? I say, indicating at Zelia, like, as if I'm going to ask her, like, to help me out.
Right. Yeah. We'll work on that.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm going to lead Zelia over to the bar where we're going to start ordering our drinks.
Okay. Yeah, she just follow along.
All right. Well, then the middle-aged human male will eventually slide his way over after he's done tending to Dagrin, who's sitting at the far end of the bar by himself now because he just wants to be alone.
Respectable.
Good evening, sir, my lady. Drink for a romantic couple, or?
Oh, well, I wouldn't go that far. We're just looking for a place to sleep for tonight. Rooms for 5 and drinks for 5 as well.
Well, we have a large assortment of rooms. However, they only seat one person per room, and that'll be 3 silver for a room.
Wonderful. I don't mind forking over the cash for this. How about your drink selection? What have you got?
Of course. And he pulls out a little, like, leather-bound parchment and slides it in front of you. Here's our drink menu. As you can, and so on it, he won't say it. On it, you see some ale. You can get a small beer, a glass of wine, honey mead. I'm just gonna copy and paste this in the thing, and bark tea for those who want to go a non-alcoholic route. So here are your options and prices that you see on the menu.
My, 1 gold for some wine. How much would that cover? Am I getting a decent amount, or am I just getting a single glass?
Oh, it's a single glass, but it's a very rich quality taste.
Well, you know what? You have piqued my interest. I haven't had a glass of wine in years. I'll take a wine. How about you, Zelia? What are you feeling?
I think I'll take the honey. Should I ask the others what they want?
Yes, go check with them real quick.
Okay, then Zelia would quickly head over to the group wherever they may be sitting now.
I picture her putting her hair in a bun and just stealing somebody's like notepad to pretend she's a waitress for a minute. And just be like, what are your mortal customs like?
Yeah, but she'd go up to the group and she'd be like, hey, so,
Capitalism strikes again in
What do you
D&D.
what?
No, Dyer wrote capitalism and inflation strikes again in D&D with the wine costs.
Be careful
For real.
before I turn Sheldon into a communist.
He will.
Yeah, she'd go up to the group and she'd be like, what do you guys want? You can either have ale, small beer, wine, honey mead, or bark tea. What are you guys in the mood for?
I wouldn't mind a tea.
The bark tea? Yeah, sure.
Just water for me.
Right.
Okay, 1 water, 1 bark tea, and a pilot?
I'm good. I'm gonna take. Can I have actually? Sorry. Can I get a glass?
Just a glass?
Just a glass, thank you.
You don't plan on eating the glass, do you?
Violet.
Just
Pilot?
The robotic eyes slowly shift over to you.
Oh well. I suppose I don't know your customs. I guess I should just deal with it.
Alright, I'll be right back. And then she'd head back to, the bar and tell the barkeep, so we'd like 1 water, 2 bark teas, and just a glass? If you have that? Just an empty glass?
Sure, water's free. It's nothing fancy, and he just slides that over to you. He pours the teas. They're nice and warm for you. And he hands you an extra glass. He's like, and for you, my big spender friend. So make sure you do pay him 2 silver for the teas, of course.
Yep.
Okay.
And then, so you're going to pay him 1 gold for a glass of wine?
I'm going to spend the 1 gold for a glass of wine, and I am going to put forward the 15 for the 5 rooms.
Okay.
I
so-
would, before Edison does that, I'd like, Zelia would like, put her hand in front of him and be like, I got this covered if that's alright with you.
Oh yes, well of course if you insist.
Yeah, please. I think I owe you. And then she'd give me, what was it, 1 gold and how many silver?
So it's 1 gold and then 17 silver for everything else.
Sure, yeah. She'll put that on the table for the barkeep.
All right, he will take all that. You'll get those drinks. He'll pour out of a fancy-looking bottle the deep red crimson-colored wine. The glass is slightly smaller than like the tea and water glasses, but it's still pretty. It's like taller than your hand, so it's not like a tiny little sip. So
Oh, lovely.
you'll get a good like. I don't know, like, it's not really a wine glass, because they don't really have that back then, but, in this time, but it's just a fancier looking glass than, like, something
No, of
standard.
course.
So, and he slides that over to you, and he's like, Beatrice, my waitress, will be around if you want to order food at some point, too.
Wonderful, thank you.
Of course.
And before Edison goes ahead and starts picking up his drink, putting the stuff onto a tray to carry over, he will look over at Zelia. Look, I'm going to be quite honest. I don't know what you're going through, especially with what happened back at the Hag's Lair. It's not my place to pry. But I can tell that whoever this person is means a lot to you. And as someone who's been separated from someone that they love, I understand well enough. So while I will not force you to tell me what's wrong, if you need me at all, I will always lend an ear. And with that, he would just take his glass and... Well, go on, you first.
Yeah, no, before after that you see Zelia shortly thinking for a moment and then just going like, can I get a hug?
Aww.
Edison ponders for a second, but he does wrap his good arm around her and pulls her in as tightly as he can.
That's adorable.
Giving her a pretty tight hug.
Thank you. I'll tell you tomorrow about everything. Okay.
Take all the time you need. There's no rush. We've got what, fucking 85 days left,
Something like that.
and we've got plenty of time. Don't rush yourself. And with that, he will take his glass and begin to walk over to the table with the rest.
Do we have everything on a tray right now, like all the drinks, or how are we transporting them?
I mean,
Based on
however
the
you
fact
want.
that there were quite a few, I would assume there would be a tray that they would have given us.
yeah. I mean, there's just some on the side. You can pick up one and put glasses on there. So.
Okay, yeah, then Zelia would use cast Mage Hand to transport the tray towards the table where everyone's sitting at.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm gonna
There you go.
thinking it's gonna like fall. I'm just gonna kind of go over and like sort of hold it at the other side. Like, we don't want to be too careful or anything. And I'm gonna sort of put everyone's glasses. I'm gonna one glass for me. And then I'm gonna pass everybody else's, and whenever I'm gonna hand out one very silly glass for you. I'm gonna set that in front of Edison. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you. Right, Edison and Zelia, how much do I owe you guys?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
I insist.
For the rooms, how much did the rooms cost?
They were free.
Silver.
They were free. Three.
Can I please roll insight? Can I roll insight?
Okay, sure.
That's a fucking 23.
All right, Celia, roll deception.
Deception, sure. I've got a 18.
Okay, she's full of shit. They're not free. You could tell she's just trying to be nice, Sheldon. Oh my gosh.
I mean, alright.
Take
If
it as
you insist.
take it as an apology
Apology for what?
for almost getting us killed earlier.
It was hardly your fault.
Yes, it was. We could have talked with. I could have talked with her. I didn't need to attack her immediately.
Please. After what she showed the rest of us, she would not have gotten away from any of us that easily. I had my mind set from the beginning.
I think a fair few of us did. So I don't think you're in the wrong. You didn't put us in danger.
If you say so. King, by the way, what I forgot to ask, the gaping wounds that I think Daniel and I have, how do they work?
Oh, the ones that lower your AC.
No, that's the acid shit that we
Oh,
got spewed
yes.
up on. But like when Daniel and I were down.
Oh, when
the
she
hag
took up, when she
into
bit
us.
you mean, and ate from you.
Yeah. And you said we got a gaping wound from that?
That is correct. So, until those wounds are healed, and they, it'll either take them a couple long rests to heal, or you'll need someone to magically heal them for you using like a lesser restoration spell. Your hit point maximum is actually reduced by. I forgot to roll for this, so thank you for reminding me.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Sorry,
man.
So your hit point maximums are reduced by 6 for the two of you. So even after you long rest, you will have 6 less HP than possible.
And so it needs to be healed with lesser restoration. I see.
Or some magical equivalent. Like cure wounds will help, but you'd need to do it like a buttload of times to make it go away. So it's not like a normal injury. So it is what we call like a critical injury. So
Yeah. Okay.
I have a illnesses and vile deeds. It's a nice little handout I have, and it talks about other ways to do to injure people. So
I will say this, Hawk, because you mentioned like those wounds specifically. Are you kind of like have you been kind of like keeping an eye on everybody's like bodily like well-being since then?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's your
bodily
bowel
will
movements?
there's your answer right there, and his reaction to that
I wouldn't-
question.
I wouldn't necessarily have paid a lot of attention to it, no. because she will. Yeah, no, Celia was too busy in her own mind to do that.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay. Never mind then.
Okay. But she would then, since I now know how this works, she would go to Danny and be like, I can either take care of that, pointing at the gaping wound that you also have now, or I can do it early in the morning tomorrow if you want me to.
Do me a quick favor. Roll perception on me real quick.
Sure. Oh, what's my perception plus? That's a holy shit. That's a 14. Oh, persuasion, yeah, 14 persuasion.
Perception is what I meant.
Oh, perception, my bad. That's a 20 then.
It's a 20. Okay, yeah. So even though the wound itself, like the one she took out, like that King said, need to be healed, like with like a lesser restoration. Even though that obviously has not changed at all, you do notice that though Daniel had went down and suffered a lot of other grievous wounds, some of them have miraculously started to heal.
Okay. Then
He's not fully healthy, obviously, but like weirdly enough, like some of the wounds that looked worse starting out have actually been looking a little better recently. Or at least he shouldn't be, at least the amount of wounds on his body do not match how much damage he took during that fight.
Okay.
And he'll kind of just, because he hasn't noticed you like looking in that direction just yet, it's like,
Do you have a way to get rid of this?
Yeah, I can. Again, I could take care of it right now if you want me to. I need to use the scroll that we found recently, or if you give me time, I could do it tomorrow. Just using my normal powers, but today I'm all spent.
Use the scroll on yourself. I'll wait till tomorrow. I've dealt with enough pain.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, she wouldn't pry further into what you just told me just yet. So.
Yep, that's fine.
Yep.
So are you using the scroll on yourself?
No, I would not.
Okay.
She's just like me, for real.
No. Okay. That's fine. I just wanted to be aware of that.
Yeah.
So are you guys drinking your stuff? How you liking it?
Man, this water's really good.
I know, yeah. You guys don't... he takes a couple sips of that water. The tea, it's not hot. It's just nice and warm. It's soothing. There's a couple, like, spices in there to give it, like, a nice sizzle. But it's, like, sweet in a sense. Edison, as you bring the wine up to your lips and you take a very moderate sip from it, it is very rich. It is very tasty. A bit strong on the alcoholic end because you haven't had something like this in quite a while. But it's very good. It's high quality wine, as the guy said. That explains the price. So it is gives you a nice warm feeling, like in your chest after you drink from it. Though I will note, when you pull it away from you and you just breathe casually, you get this very disgusting scent that just fills your nostrils. Like, the wine is good, but then you just smell it. It smells like a horse defecated right next to you.
Oh,
Yum.
what in the fuck? Okay, that's not quite right. I'm gonna smell the wine again and see if that's the problem.
Taking another sniff at the wine, bile goes up your throat as the wine smells like poo. Even though nothing tasted off about it at all, it smells like poo.
What in the fuck? What the fuck are they making this out of? Ugh. What's wrong? I'm going to be honest. It's gonna sound really weird, but it tastes really good, but it smells like shit. And I don't mean in like the oh my god, this is so bad, it's shit kind of comparison. I mean, this literally smells like shit. I have.
Let me smell it.
I'm gonna put it up to his nose.
To who?
All
Sheldon?
right,
Daniel's. Just
Okay.
like, look, fucking have a smell.
all right. Yeah, I'll have a smell.
Yeah, Daniel, your nostrils get invaded by you. It's like, in your mind, you imagine crawling up someone's like butthole to smell something this rancid. Like, it doesn't smell good. You remember when you were a child, like a relative of yours got so sick once their bowel movement smelled this bad.
Oh, God. What is that?
Actually,
Let
can I
me
roll
have
history to see if like I've had familiar with this wine?
Okay, roll history on the
Considering
wine.
my backstory, yeah. That's that's a fucking nat 20.
From your culinary knowledge base and through, social gatherings you have attended, you do not, although you recall there are certain dairy products like fancy cheeses that are known to taste good while smelling horrible, or even some syrups of sort, you've never heard of a wine that smells like bum.
Interesting.
I'm sure y'all are taking for the over-exaggerating everything. Let me have a smell.
Everyone just wants to smell the glass.
While,
All right.
while Sheldon is smelling my glass, my eyes are just gonna start glaring at Spaztok.
So, as Sheldon takes a deep breath of this, not really overestimating how much he can handle, he breathes so much in, you see his head shoot down into his shell as you just recoil in disgust, Sheldon. Yeah, that.
Oh my god.
I think I'm gonna puke.
The entire time that like this is going on, like Edison is just staring daggers at Spaztok. What have you done to my glass?
Did he walk away again?
I'm talking to the wall, apparently.
Yeah.
Wall, what have you done to my glass?
Do you hear me? Sorry,
Oh,
my
there you go.
mic must have been on mute. My mic was on mute. Sorry. I'm actually just in the background pouring from my alchemy jug because I'm a cheap
No.
fucker. I'm pouring beer, my own beer, into the glass that you brought, and I'm just gonna. I'm like facing away, just sort of. I don't know what you mean. Isn't that what what you ordered?
With all due respect, I might actually shoot him before the cult kills him. Just fucking the revolver gets set on the table. What did you do to the glass?
I poured a beer into it. Yeah, beer. I put a beer into it. Yeah.
Never in all my years of working in any kind of industry have I ever smelt beer that tastes like literal shit. So I'm going to ask one more time. What did you do to my glass?
Talk sort of looks very sort of sheepishly at the glass. Oh, sorry, 2 seconds. Sorry, guys.
He looks very sheepishly at the glass, and then he vanishes into thin air.
Yeah, he
Fuck,
vanished.
he's a magician.
He said,
You can. Somebody else, King, you can roleplay for me 2 seconds. I do have to go here.
"Okay, go ahead.
I'll not be long.
It's fine. Family stuff, I'm sure." Anyways, all right. So he sheepishly looks at the glass. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. No, it just that's the wine. It's not my fault you ordered wine like that.
I'm gonna go get myself another glass. And with that, like, Edison's just gonna take his glass and just like go up to the thing.
As you
He's
grab
gonna
it, though,
go up
I will say Beatrice, the human waitress, she does walk by. "Well, howdy, y'all. Is there anything I can get for you? Would you like to order some food or another drink?"
Holy shit, Texas.
Yes, please. Could I get another glass of wine? I think mine might have come out a bit wrong.
Oh my
Smells
goodness.
it.
Well, let me take that away from you then. I'm so sorry. I don't know why. They should be fresh. And she takes a whiff. Oh, good heavens! And she's like hacking. And she like waves the bartender over. "What is the matter with you? What in blazes did you give this poor fella?" "What are you talking about? This is the good stuff. He paid the high price for." "Oh my gosh! Oh,
Well,
sir,
good job, Edison.
I am so sorry. Let me get you another one free of charge." Oh. And he runs over to the bar, like, and and then you hear him in the back. "Oh no, I got some on my hand!"
Oh, what a poor fella. I hope he'll be alright.
The waitress is still like patting her chest. Well, I rest assured, if you would like to order any of our food, none of that comes with that smell. I rest assured, I prepped it this morning.
Oh, well, that I do trust. As long as it's coming straight from you guys and no one else is able to touch it this time, I can assure you it will be perfectly fine.
Would you like to take a
What,
look?
what the fuck?
Oh, we're getting invaded.
Wait, the mothership is calling me. I must go.
Joy, your mic
Oh,
is like
Joy, your mic
on
froze.
5 right now.
Is it?
You've been full Transformers.
He's a Voltron! He's a Voltron!
Did it get... fuck, I moved my mic for a second and it goes all robot-y, goddamn it.
Damn.
Oh yeah, you're back to normal now.
Next thing we know, Daniel's
unplugged
actually a
it.
Warforged.
I unplugged it.
That's the twist. All right, well, she does, she sits down a large parchment menu in front of you. If you'd like to take a look at what we offer, I'm just gonna post the things here. So, the expensive item is the roast joint, but it's the most fulfilling item on the menu. You can get some soup, you can get some stew, roast fowl, you can just get a piece of bread or a couple pieces, you can get some just average-esque cheese, there's pudding for dessert, and you can just get some fruit of the day.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest, it's been a while since I've actually had.
So they got weed in here, Joy?
I was actually typing that in fucking chat.
Like bone joint, genius!
Yes.
Like
Yes,
bone.
my fellow Alakarians, let us 420 blaze it, am I right? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, quite right.
This is quite good, dang kush, yes.
Yes, this is quite bussing, if you will.
I
Unequivocally.
hate humans.
Oh,
Quite
yes.
busting marijuana, wouldn't you say?
We just have the most delectable blazing options here. I have.
That's why Daniel's voice is so fucked up, is because he's been smoking for so long. Smoking weed.
Like it's like he hasn't exhaled in years. Like all of that is just from like the inhale of him holding it inside. It's like yeah, it's gotta.
You guys are roll for bad trip sitter. Wet burrito.
Daniel would be a terrible trip sitter.
Alright.
He's sitting there throwing pebbles at them.
So you guys gonna get anything?
I must say it's been quite a while since I had anything of that kind of stature. I think I'll have the roast joint. How about you lot?
Alright, that's one roast joint.
Can I have 2 slices of bread with some cheese?
Can do.
What kind of stew is it?
Oh, it's our famous vegetable stew. No meat products whatsoever, mister. Just some, we got some nice carrots, we got some nice beets in there. Those are just adding some extra flavor. You don't probably want to eat those. We got some nice sprouts. And
I'd like the stew and 2 slices of bread, please.
I can do that.
Daniel holds up his hand.
None for me.
Alright, and what about you, Mr. Large Sir? She's a little taken aback, never seen a Warforged before. Yeah, I'm gonna make him buy something, because fuck him. So,
Fuck him for shitting in my glass.
yeah, I'll get the roast fowl. I'm interested in that. Alright. Sorry, he started turning. I was about to switch
what the
between the
hell
voices.
was
He
that?
started turning to... I don't know how to do him, so, yeah, I get the roast fowl. Thanks. I don't know, he's got that... I don't know what kind of voice he's doing. Alright, I can get that for you. I'll be right back. Alright, everybody pull your money. Make sure you know what you're buying, if anything, so...
Yeah, I've just departed with my 2 gold for the roast joint.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're getting any bread, that's some copper. If you're getting cheese, getting the stew, all that stuff.
Yep.
So, someone let Sketchy knows he has to lose 1 gold now because he walked away. So I don't know, it makes sense. A kobold would order that. So,
Before the bartender leaves, I'll just kind of look at her. I'll just ask like,
By the way, how much do rooms cost here?
Oh, that'll be, each room is only for 1 person, and that's 3 silver pieces per room.
Thank you very much.
and as she goes to leave, I will take out my 3 silver and give it to Edison because I assume he paid for the rooms.
And then, like, discreetly under the table, he'll put it in, like, Zillia's, like, coin purse.
Would I notice that? Would Zelia notice that? Or...
You'll notice me holding it to Edison, but if Edison, you'll probably have to roll stealth.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll sleight of hand for that.
Okay.
So you,
Oh, fuck!
What'd you get?
Is that
I got a
one?
nat 20 for a 25.
Okay.
Oh
she's
my
not,
God.
Passive perception, she won't see that. So
Yeah,
I don't
no.
think she even with her wisdom. So, all right. So Zelia, you see him hand him some silver, and then it looks as though Edison puts it in his pants pocket or whatever, when really discreetly he just gave you 3 silver. So keep track of that.
Okay, will do.
Oh man.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how cozy these rooms are. I don't suppose they've got like any on-site cleaning facilities though. I've been meaning to clean my fucking coat.
Why the hell is the roast goose more expensive than a room?
And the pulver clothes.
Yes, it would be a good idea actually. You know what? When the food arrives, I'll ask her about if there's any facilities nearby that'll handle that.
King, is there a candle or something on our table?
It hangs overhead, but yes, it's like a lantern.
All right, I'd like to cast Thaumaturgy to make it change color to a more bright green.
Okay.
Groovy.
Things turn green around you guys. Yippee! Enough, you know, you can still see each other with regular lighting, but...
Yeah. I hope no one hates green.
It's a good color.
Yes, it's a very nice color. I've spent enough time around the color green. It's not a bad color.
It goes well with my skin.
Same.
Zelia, Sheldon, green. Shaking hands.
They are both green, so they basically they turn like semi-transparent at this point. I'd like to point out, just while you guys are talking, Dyer is yelling at me for the pricing, because Dyer goes, "Why the hell is the roast goose more expensive than a room? You said it was 1 gold and the room was 2, well, it's 3 silver. Damn thing better level you up."
Man.
We level up and get the room?
No!
Okay, I figured I'd check.
We can afford housing in this economy?
Yeah, food is rarer than the housing at this point. I mean, they're crappy little rooms, Dyer. What do you want? To stop encouraging them to level up. All right. Eventually, the waitress returns. She places a glass of wine to you, Edison, which I assume you just snatch out of midair and hold close to yourself.
Yeah, I don't like let anyone near that. Like, the only person who's like within vicinity of it that I hold it close enough to is Zelia. Because
Right.
it's the only person at this point in time I'm trusting anywhere near it.
So the 4 of you who ordered food get the food placed in front of you. She does look at you, Daniel. Are you sure you don't want anything, mister?
That's quite all right, thank you, though.
All right, well, just give me a holler if you need anything else. And she walks off to go help someone else.
Before you go,
She
sorry. We're not exactly from around here. I was wondering if you knew if there were any facilities in town that could potentially, like, you know, maybe bathing and washing our clothes.
Oh, well, of course. You can actually just go right down to the docks. There's a section that we keep purified in the River Chionthar.
Interesting, okay.
Though I'm afraid you'll have to go first thing in the morning. The facilities are only open during the day.
Understandable. I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
Bless it to you! And she takes off to go help people.
Thank fuck it's during the day. I'm not... you know what? I'll worry about that later. Daniel, quick question.
What's up?
You're covered in bandages. Don't suppose you've got a bit spare?
Yeah, I'll reach into my bag and pull out a roll of spare bandages that I keep and hand them over to Edison.
Ah. Thank you. I didn't think you'd give it over so quickly. Thank you.
You'd be surprised how often I have to change these out.
Do you want, like, any finances towards that? Like, you know, maybe, like, go towards, like, your next role?
Nah, it's not like these things cost that much anyways.
Well, alright then. Well, thank you. It's gonna make getting washed up tomorrow much easier. With that, like, you know, Edison's gonna, like, take a sip from his wine. Not smelling shit this time.
For the record, it tastes just as good as the last one. So it was the same
just the
wine.
smell.
Yeah, it's just the smell. And then there's just a long pause, and then finally, Spastak just goes, "All right, fine. Yes, I farted in the wine, but with magical fart, not myself." Magical. And then the mouth just opens up, and he starts putting the food inside, and you hear like movement inside as his pilot is the one actually eating inside. So. Wait.
You know, Sketchy's back.
Why do I have to pay a gold because of what I ordered?
You bought food.
Did I?
Yeah,
No.
you bought a roast fowl.
Not king, I'm mad. According to D&D, it's 10 silver to 1 gold. This is highway robbery. Well, tough shit. Maybe Alturia robs people. I don't know. They're crappy tiny rooms. You ever seen those Japanese rooms where like it's just like a bed and then like a toilet hole? Like that's what this is. So
you're telling me I get a toilet? That's a fucking steal. 3 silver? Hell yeah.
It's a hole in the ground,
Okay,
but close enough.
Best
I
thing
can
we've all
shit in
had in a
peace.
while.
Might
I'll
have
say
to go
all of us
soon, by the
fucking
way.
pissing shit in the woods.
I don't care how much chat protests. I'm not changing the pricing.
Capitalism at peak.
Yeah, Edison's just gonna drink his wine and dig into his food. Like, it's been a while since he's had like something of like this kind of luxury.
Like while Sheldon is just eating his soup, Sheldon just takes his like right hand up, just makes a little okay, son. Good soup.
God damn it.
So he knows what that means.
Good soup.
It's the only thing that he was
Listen.
taught. It was taught
In
good
this,
soup.
listen, man. In this universe, that meme doesn't exist. So that means Sheldon's the first.
Shelton is the first to good soup someone in public. Goddamn.
Yes.
Someone say they saw a rat in the kitchen.
Gordon Ramsay had us.
All right, so yeah, everyone deduct your gold, eat your tasty morsels, and enjoy the moment. So.
So
Right,
much
so-
for all the happiness going on this session.
Well, we've got plenty of
Enjoy the
happiness. What do you
moment.
mean? This is the
Enjoy the
happiest
moment
we've
it
been.
won't last.
What do you guys want roleplay? Here you go. What do you want from me?
I'm loving this. You're telling me I can engage in capitalism and I can have my glass farted in by a potentially brain dead kobold? Hell yeah.
That's just a win-win, honestly.
Okay, it's definitely brain dead.
It's almost assuredly at this point.
How much damage do I take when I inevitably got shot in the chest by
He literally,
no damage, surprisingly.
he literally even said, I'm gonna end up shooting him before the cult even gets to kill him."
Yeah, we do enough PvP around here. Easy, boys. Down.
Look, all I'm saying is the night
I'm
is
setting the
still
precedent.
young.
one per fucking campaign now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I set the precedent with the last campaign.
Yeah.
We gotta keep it going.
All I'm saying is, Sketchy, the night is still young. You might still end up with a .44 sized hole through your kobold's head.
That's gonna be like Sketchy's whole goal this campaign is like see how far he can get before one of us ends up like hurting him.
Joke's on us. He wants his character dead by the end of the campaign.
No, he wants him dead by the end of session 10. That's it. That's his goal.
At the end of the campaign, there's no dead characters except a character that was team killed.
Probably. Honestly, that might be what it. Sketchy's the jester. You gotta vote. If you vote him out, he just wins. So. All right.
Like, little do we know, Spastok has a nuke in his chest with a Batman switch.
Oh no. The final
For real.
contingency. If he dies, the nuke goes off.
Yeah,
I'm
where
just
were you-
waiting
what
for
were
it
you
to
saying,
get shot and have an ejector seat go at the top, and it's just
Yeah.
I have a nuclear eject from Titanfall 2.
Oh no.
You just see him in like a chair, just like rocketing up into the air.
He yells, "Nerf this!" But you can't hear it because he's flying so far away.
Oh
So.
no. Deeper reference. Sorry, someone was gonna talk.
It was Julia.
Yeah, Zilia would like go to like talk towards the entire group and be like, so none of us remember how we got into that prison?
Nope, can't say I remember much besides being out in the open, and I assume somebody snuck up on me.
I could try helping you all remember by guiding your thoughts, and maybe we can figure something out.
Well, as far as this is going, I have been able to deduce one thing. This is not because of my very many instances of tax evasion.
Yeah, we determined that a while ago.
Oh, okay.
I'm
sorry.
very glad to hear that, at least. At least we're not on the run with a criminal. None of you are criminals, right?
As what you think.
That
Not
being
as far as
said-
I know.
That being said, as to the how we ended up in the prison, honestly, I don't think that question matters much anymore. Especially now that we know the why.
I've not really taken much time to think about what I was even doing before then. Yeah, sorry, I spoke over you. You first.
No, maybe I was just thinking, maybe if we figure out how they do it, maybe we could, like, stop it in the future? Or stop it happening to us
suppose.
again? You know?
Well, I doubt they're gonna try to pull the same trick on us again. And besides, you've heard what they said before. We've already been marked. And as far as they're concerned, it seems they're pretty confident we won't be able to remove it in time.
Oh. And then her eyes shortly shoot up. And then she pulls out the spell scroll that she's gotten after we've defeated the hag, and she's like, "This is a spell scroll of remove curse. We could potentially try it. I don't think I'm powerful enough yet, so there's a chance of it failing. But we could try and see if that helps one of us with this whole curse thing."
Concerned the odds of us losing the scroll and potentially losing even though we only get one shot at it, I still like our odds of at least one of us being free from the curse should we not be able to make the deadline. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think the risk is a little too much in my opinion.
I think it's worth it because as far as I'm aware, I was told that later, when I get more training, I might be able to, use this without any spell scrolls. But I'm just not powerful enough yet.
Edison will take a sip of his wine and set it down. I say fuck it. I say you do it.
Now the question is who gets it?
Well, there's 5 of us. I say we I don't know, rock, paper, scissors?
I would let you guys.
Scissors.
I would let you guys.
To decide who gets a deadly curse removed from them.
Wait, you mean stone parchment blade? Oh yeah, I know that.
Stone parchment shears, yeah.
Yeah,
The classic.
stone parchment shears. There you go.
Well, I mean, look, it's a bit careless and a bit haphazard, but if we can at least deduce that it works, if down the line, as Leah said, she's able to learn this herself, then this being a test gives us a bit more hope in actually pursuing this further.
I agree. Horrible idea. I propose we do a drinking game instead.
You know what?
How
You're
about
you
you,
fucking
Faye?
scaly rat.
You can play your own drinking game. But we should, if we are going to use this scroll, we should do it in a...
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, sorry. I don't know what's going on with my throat.
Don't die.
Jeez.
Don't die, don't die.
Fine.
Please live. I
The
need
weed
players.
finally hit him. He needed to exhale.
The voice has finally caught up to me.
If we're gonna do this, we should strategize. If we can't get the rest of our marks off in time, then we need to have at least one person who can for sure get away and fend off the rest of us. We need to
I
make sure
think
that
it-
whoever is able to get away is gonna be able to.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Okay. I maybe need to stop doing the voice right now.
You're all right.
Too much roleplay.
I can picture it in my mind.
Too much.
Yeah.
Just say just talk a little
Yeah.
deeper. You don't have to
Whoever's-
do the gravel.
Whoever's getting this obviously needs to be able to get away, and obviously needs to be able to fend us off if it comes down to it. And whoever is out of us needs to be, needs to have the most likelihood of surviving, or the most likelihood of finding others and getting help.
I suppose that would be either Edison or you then. Maybe Sheldon, but Sheldon
No.
is,
If in
I-
my opinion, the most likely person that would be able to get out of here, or at least the most two likely people, would be either you or Sheldon. Sheldon's wild shape ability is far too useful in every situation, and he can get away very easily. And you as a cleric are very valuable. Having a cleric on the other side of the cultists is not going to be good. And plus, with your healing abilities, if you are able to remove a curse, if you are able to remove curses and we're still not able to get the curse removed in time for the deadline, that just means you can use that ability for the cultist purposes as opposed to our purposes. So it needs to be either you or Sheldon.
I suggest you heal Zelia, or at least try to heal Zelia first.
You sure?
Yes. If it indeed works, then Zelia might be able to practice the spell with the scroll, so that she learns it quicker. I suppose that if it works, it will be crucial that we get it as soon as possible. So every bit of practice is crucial for us.
All right. It's a one-time use, but what do you think, Zelia?
Edison pilot, would you be okay with that?
Yes.
I'm going to be honest, I'm just a humble bartender. There's nothing that I'm really going to be able to do. You, on the other hand, I've seen you teleport. If anyone's going to be able to get out of their grasps, if this works, it's going to be you.
Okay. If you guys think that that's the best course of action, I'm gonna try and use the spell on myself.
So you're going to use the spell scroll of remove curse on yourself?
Yes, which from what I've read, that means I need to, since it's a 3rd level spell and I can only cast up to level 2, that means I need to hit a DC of 13, using...
Yes, you roll a d20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yes, which is a +5 because wisdom. Okay, boys, here we go. It's a 16 straight plus the 5, that's a 21. So that should, the spell scroll should work.
All right. So you open up the spell scroll, and although it's not in an actual language, you begin reading the mantra written on it, the spell itself. As you speak, the scroll begins to light up, and you guys watch as Zelia's eyes themselves light up a little as she channels her magic into the scroll, and its magic begins to take effect. Eventually, once the scroll is fully read, it shoots out this like thick puff of like bright yellow dust. You don't really feel anything, but you do feel the magic kind of enter you as it lands on top of you, as the spell takes effect.
Okay. And then, as I noticed that, I would like to see if I'm still marked, if that mark is gone, or if it's still there.
So after activating the scroll, keep in mind the parchment, it does dissolve in your hands, so it goes away.
Yep.
So it has worked successfully. The spell has been activated. You pull down, your tunic or whatever, and you look at the burn mark that's there, the curse mark, and you begin to feel it almost like hum a little under you, as if you can feel something is happening to it.
Okay, can I try and...
I don't know if you want to say anything to anybody or anything like that as this.
Yeah, I'd like to, just... kind of under my breath, she would go, to the group and be like, I think it's doing something. And then, I'd like to try and,
staring at it, just, seeing if I can see what it's doing.
Yeah, I'd like to also, expose the mark so that everyone can see, if anything's happening to the mark from the outside.
All right. For a moment, you just feel this humming right there. The mark hasn't gone away yet, but you feel like the remove curse spell is trying to attack the curse. So you feel like it is starting to work. So there's a pause as you all wait in anticipation, waiting to see something change. And that's when all of you, where you're sitting, you all feel this sharp pain in the back of your head. Your eyes go closed as darkness overtakes your vision, and again, you see those yellow eyes from the distance.
You actually believed you would dispel my curse with some measly little magic. I am the dragon goddess, and you will all be my slaves.
And with that, the pain subsides. Looking back at yourself, even though your vision is a bit blurred for a moment, the marking is still there. It did not work. However, I will say one supposed benefit, if you can count it as that, Zelia, you now have 1 extra day.
Oh,
So make a note that you have a +1 to however many days I say are left.
okay. Gotcha.
I mean, you have to put in brackets next to each day joystick, so you have to put in brackets. Zelia.
Oh yeah.
80 for
Oh,
you,
shit.
81 for Zelia, whenever that happens. Yeah, so.
I'm gonna keep it real, Chief. I'm not gonna do all that.
No, I know.
We're joking.
I'm guessing you guys saw that?
Unfortunately, so.
No.
Yes, you did.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's disappointing, but I suppose if it was that easy.
Would I feel that I have an extra day, or would that just be a thing that happens without Zelia knowing?
All you know is that you felt the spell trying to latch onto the curse within you. So you wouldn't for sure know you have days left, but you would think there might have been some sort of positive impact, regardless of it not fully working.
Okay, yeah, then yeah, no, she wouldn't mention anything then.
Well,
It was
I
worth a
will
try.
say, exactly, it was worth a try. And despite the fact that we've essentially just received a slap on the wrist and been told to behave ourselves, I think that it could have gone worse.
You all explode. No, I'm just kidding.
That being said, that just reinforces what I was told before. If we're gonna get these marks off, we need to find Severin.
And we do that how exactly?
By teaming up with the Knights of Justice, taking down the cult members that we found so far, and going up their chain of command to find him eventually.
I mean, yeah, I guess we have I'm hoping that we have enough days for that.
Well, doesn't look like we have much of a choice.
Suppose you're right.
I think it's about time we all get some rest. We've got quite a few things to do tomorrow.
Yes, I think that's for the best. I say at first light we rendezvous, and then we make our way down to the docks to clean up and do whatever we need to do before we start searching around town.
Agreed.
Yep.
All right, so you're all gonna go Betty bye.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you each have a room to go to, so you may all now long rest. Keep in mind, when you heal up full, both Zelia and Daniel, you both have a -6 to your hit point maximum currently.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So take a note of that. But otherwise, you guys fully recover all spell slots and hit points otherwise. And hit die for short rest. Yippee! I'm trying to just bear with me just a second here. I want to double check something. I will say, this is appropriate for it. While you dream, most of you dream of just random stuff you're going to forget in the morning. However, one of you, Mr. Edison, you have a different kind of dream. You wake up in the middle of the night, or at least you think you're awake. It's nighttime, you're in the room, but you hear that humming that you heard once before. But a lot more cool sounding than how I sing it. You feel the urge to get up from your bed and go towards it.
Yeah, I follow it. Edison's not exactly gonna back down from this. He's like, yeah, fuck it. I know what this is, I think.
So you get up in your, not grabbing any weapons or armor because you can't. There aren't any around you. It's very dark, but it's bright enough for you to see where you're going. You hear the rain pounding down outside. And as you walk, you swear you see ash floating in front of you every now and again in puffs. Eventually you walk into the bar area. There's nobody inside. Except for one figure. A figure with black horns and orange eyes who's sitting hunched over at the bar. There is a glass of a very thick red-looking liquid next to him. And the only light in the whole area is shined on him and the one stool next to him.
Still hammering up the theatrics, huh? You know for a fact that the last time it rained this bad was one of the worst nights of my life. And with that, I'm going to sit down beside him.
Come now, allow me to have my fun. Just a little reminder of what you're fighting for, I suppose. Would you care for a drink? And you look at that glass and you know it's blood.
I'd rather not. I prefer more mortal beverages.
Fine, but as you sit there and sip your wine, you'll find nothing richer than the essence of life itself. And he like, swigs it down. Ah. So, how are you and the band of misfits getting along as his clawed hand, like, just traces the grooves of the bar counter?
Well, could be worse. It could be, you know, I could be on my own. I could be fending for myself again, but, you know, I've actually got people by me, which is nice.
Yes, they're rather kind, aren't they? They have seen you unleash your true side. I've seen it as well. I must say I didn't think you'd grasp the power as well, but that shadow hand of yours is coming out nicely. So...
What the fuck have you done to me?
I haven't done anything. Not since it all started, anyway. No, no, my dear boy. You have been tapping into the power yourself. It's actually quite amusing as he turns and kind of finally faces you. For so long you've hated this part of yourself, and now through the urge to defeat that wretched cult, it comes out. You need it. You are using it, whether you like it or not. It brings me a sense of pride in myself to know I have imparted on you something so useful.
You and I both know that I would rather be without this. That I would rather be back home with her.
Perhaps. She is doing well, if I may tell you. I keep an eye on her. Every night, she prays to some voiceless god in the sky for your safe return. She fears you are dead. It's all quite pitiful, if I'm being honest. You're better without those people holding you back. They cast you out, but let's be honest. You have me, and I am all that you need now.
Wrong. While the rest of the family did, she never wanted to. And you know that. Don't you dare try and twist that against me.
I'm simply pointing fun at the fact that you made that decision yourself. You are too embarrassed about the gift you have been given to tell her the truth. You care about her so much, yet the one thing she wants most, you won't even let her have. So who's the real monster here? Not the one with the horns coming out of his head.
Why did you pull me in here?
I got lonely. It seems the only time you ever want to speak to me is when you need something. Well, perhaps I'll return the favor and say I want something from you.
What do you want?
For the record, nothing will happen to you if you say no. I simply want you to chew on this. You see, I am in need of some reinforcements down where I bestow myself. And if I'm being honest, I want to cash in on some deals I have made. You know how my work goes. People promise me something, I promise them something. Well, I promised your father something, and gave it to him. Whether he was happy with the result or not, he got what he asked for. And now I'd like to cash in on my deal with him.
What do you want?
Well, he can't tell you our arrangement, but I can. In exchange for what he got, I get his immortal soul when the time comes. The problem is, he's been wasting his life. All he ever does is complain anymore. It's boring. He would be so much more useful if he was down by me already. So I figured if you wanted to take a little revenge, slay Daddy Dearest and give him to me. I'll put him to good use, and the one thing, well, what you believe to be the one thing keeping you from going back, would be out of your way.
So what? All you're saying is that I have to kill Baldwin and I can go home.
That is not for me to decide, that is for you. The reason you're out here and all, it wasn't fully on his head that you were here. You caused part of it yourself. However, let's just say the big puzzle that is your tragic little life, play me a violin. The main piece that puts everything else together is him, as he stabs a knife into a picture of him that just appeared in front of you. With this gem of a personality at my disposal, he would make a great utility. And with him out of your way, as he gets close to your ear, think about it. You could see her again. No one would stop you. Hell, they might even fear you.
Well, it was lovely to catch up with you. But next time you decide to pull me from my own dreams into yours, try to think a bit more realistically. I'm not doing your dirty work. And with that, I'm going to get up from the stool and try to walk away from him.
You do start to walk away, but as you do, the world around you warps longer and longer as it's getting harder and harder for you to walk to the doorway. Dreams know this is my reality, and one day, if you're not careful, boy, it could be yours as well. Make sure you tread the path of fate correctly, or for one day you might reunite with your family in my domain. And as his laugh echoes in your ear, you wake up early the next morning, and you hear people moving about outside as you realize your dreamlike state is over.
Fucking horned prick. It was so fucking hard to kill a devil, I would have put him down by now. Bastard. And with that, I'm just going to get up and just start getting ready for the day.
Okay. So eventually you all reunite in the morning, all rested up and everything. You head on down to the River Shianthar, I assume.
Before that happens,
Okay. That's fine too. Let me know.
Yeah, I mean, I told you last. But
Oh,
first of all, I would, yeah. I would have cast Lesser Restoration after waking up on myself with a second level spell slot, so that the wound goes away.
Okay.
And then as we all would meet up, down in the tavern, I'll send a picture in the chat. You all would actually see that Zelia now no longer looks like a green little fuck, but rather has turned into this somber blue. Holy fucking shit.
She got huge!
My God.
That is so
Okay.
cool.
That's just for the people in chat to see.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
But yeah,
so cool.
you'd see her like, in this blue coat. Her clothing seems to like change with every season as well. So now she's wearing like more of a coat type thing. And you just see her, constantly being with a little toy deer. Yeah, that's just what you would have seen as we've united at the tavern.
Wow. So this is Winter Zelia, huh?
Uh-huh.
Nice to finally meet you. Although, I guess you're not really like an alternate personality, you're just different.
Yeah, it's once again, my all that happens is that my state of emotions change, and it's not fun. And you see her like slowly lose a very icy tear. But it's okay. I don't mean to be a problem for the group. do you still need help with that wound?
If you could, yes.
Okay, then I'd also cast Lesser Restoration. But this time using the spell scroll, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, you begin to recite. You pull open the scroll with your shaking little hands, and you read the incantation on it as Daniel pulls up his leg to show you the bite mark on his leg and the high heel that he wears. I'm just kidding.
Fishnets running up my leg.
Yeah. Whew.
So break up my life.
And eventually, as you cast the spell, the scroll will dissolve in your hands, and a green wave shoots out and just entangles around his leg. As the green fades, the skin returns to the leg. So
Yeah,
And,
after that happened.
your negative effects are gone. So
Alrighty.
Yeah, after that happened, she just like tell you, Daniel, I'm so sorry for this. I shouldn't have. I should have gotten myself under control, and now you've had this wound. Because I'm so sorry.
Oh, please, Celia, it's not your fault. We've been over this. Look, I know that your emotions are kind of all over the place right now, but trust me, as none of what happened was your fault.
Okay. Well, if you think so, we're still friends, right?
Yes, of course we're friends.
And you just see her smile a little bit, and then just get up and get ready to move on.
alrighty. So you guys are gonna head down to the river, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
Sounds
head
like a
down.
plan.
So there's some like concrete steps going down the cliffside, kind of. The river's only about like 10-15 feet down. It's pretty safe to walk down there, and there's a riverbank as it flows. Eventually, as you walk down, you see a big section of it that is like there's like buoys in the water on two ends, and you see a man with a spell book as he's making symbols with his hand, and you see where the river is clear just about everywhere else except for the occasional person scooping water out. In this buoyed off section, there are people like down to their like undergarments jumping in and cleaning themselves in there.
Before we get there, and before in a place where probably nobody would have seen me do this, I would have cast Disguise Self, not changing my clothes or anything, but only changing like Daniel's body type to get rid of like all the bandages and all that sort of stuff, because not his entire body isn't covered in bandages. It's only the parts that are like exposed.
Right.
So in order to give his clothes to somebody so they can be repaired and not have to worry about being exposed,
Right.
he's gonna disguise himself to look like just like any other kind of person. Actually, it's funny because it's like you see his hair turns blonde and it almost kind of looks like Edison's. Not like quite the same, but like you can tell the inspiration is there.
Okay, so yeah,
His
you
eyes
look like a slightly
his eyes go
different
blue,
individual.
and he looks like his eyes go blue, and he his facial structure kind of changes a little bit, even though you've not really been able to see his actual face this whole time. But basically looks like a normal person now.
Interesting. Upon getting down, closer to the the riverbank of sorts, I'm gonna approach the guy who's casting the spells. Excuse me, don't suppose you have anywhere where someone could be, get decent, do you? I'm not exactly looking for a changing room, but just somewhere a bit more discreet.
There he is, right over there, good sir. And he points, and you see like a little wooden section. It's like it wraps around the side, and there's like a little door, and there's like dividers in there. It's kind of like almost like a changing room at a clothing store, but it's like just built with like some stone rocks and like wooden barricades. So someone could like walk in. If someone walks by and peeked in, they could probably see you changing. But people are respectful, and they just kind of go in and out of them. So.
All right, if that's the case, then Edison's going into one of them.
Okay.
I would ask this guy,
Where would I be able to get my clothes mended and repaired?
Oh, well, I suppose the blacksmith would be around somewhere, or there might even be a cobbler. You'd have to check the merchants area. People are in and out all the time.
I see. What about a place where I can get replacement clothes for the meantime?
Oh, well, if you want something, we have a bin right there of donated items. And there's just like a bin of clothing
Perfect.
that you can grab. Some, you know, like just it's not like armor and stuff, but basic like cloaks and
Yeah.
shirts and stuff. So
Yeah, I would basically just grab enough to cover myself up, and then go into a changing room and take off my tattered clothes and put on the donated ones.
okay,
In the changing room, Edison's going to take time to discard his cast, glove, shirt, coat, everything, and he's going to take as much time as it needs to like wrap his entire arm, shoulder, and part of his chest with the bandages that Daniel had given him,
okay.
just to ensure that like everything's like concealed before like walking out. And like fetching like a t-shirt from like a nearby bin of sorts.
Fair enough.
While this is happening, Sheldon also moves to the bin and basically grabs a new shirt out of the bin.
Okay.
And while walking towards that, he passes Daniel and overhears the question about the clothing repair. Daniel, if you want, I could take a look at your clothing and repair them.
Can you
You
do
know-
that?
Yes, when Odin and I lived in the forest, we kind of had to take care of our own clothing, so I could take a look at it and see if I could repair it for you.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Thank you.
So I would be able to do that with mending.
Okay. Yes.
So, and that's a cantrip, so I use mending on the clothing.
Okay, it'll take, it takes a couple of minutes, but the various areas where it has been sliced open begin to thread themselves back together. There's going to be a bit of fraying in edges just because it's worn out and pieces of it might be missing, but for the most part, it fixes it. The cloak and pants fix themselves, so.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you. I had no idea you could even do that.
Well, living in the forest teaches you quite a few things. Nature is quite beautiful in that sense.
Thank you, Sheldon.
And I guess now that my shit's repaired, I'll probably just go ahead and... Well, would you have done this, like, before I changed into, like, the donated clothes, or, like...
You're not going to
Because we-
bathe, you gross boy?
Because we could...
You don't have to,
I guess that's
but
a
you
good
can.
point. I guess, yeah, I'm disguised, so it's fine.
There are people, like, in the water, like, cleaning their clothes or themselves, so...
Yeah, okay. At that point, yeah, I guess because my disguise self is still on, I'll do it.
Okay. Eventually, as you guys are either cleaning your clothes or yourselves or just sitting by with your feet in the water for the fun of it, it's the water's a little cool, but you can go in it if you wanted to. It flows at a smooth pace. You eventually see a couple of soldiers barrel down the down the cobblestone steps like they're being pushed almost, and they're like, "Ah, out of my way!" And you see this this large dwarven man with a thick black beard as he runs through. He is in nothing more than like a loincloth he's kind of a chubby fella as he jumps, cannonball! And just about everyone in the vicinity, even the guy casting the spells, like flinches as you all get like splashed as this guy lands in. He comes out and he spits water out of his mouth. Ah ha ha ha! It feels so good after another long journey.
Well, I'm going to be honest, at least he fucking knows how to have a good time. Pop off, my lad! Fucking have a good one!
Yeah, he spins around trying to see said that, and he sees you, like, cleaning yourself off and everything. Ah, my good man, finally someone who gets it. My men back there, they think it's all, oh, master, you must be more careful, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? I'm here to have a good time. I've been on the road. By the look of those bandages there, you look like you've seen the wrought iron of a blade or two in your time.
You wouldn't know the half of it, my friend.
He like stands up and he squats back down because he realizes his loincloth is like drifting away, so he quickly swims over to grab that, and he knee walks his way over to you so he's not exposing himself, but you see his floppy man boobies as he sits down next to you. And he holds out he like swishes his hand in the water and holds it out to shake yours. Onthar Froom, pleasure to meet you.
Edison Smith, the pleasure was all mine.
This guy, he looks, you know, he's quite big. He's got some scars on his arms. He looks like he's seen some battles. He's probably, you know, upper middle-aged area. So, I got a question for you, Mr. Smith.
I'm all ears.
Is butt cheek one word, or do you have to split it down the middle?
That, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't heard that since I was fucking 12, and it's still as funny then.
It's a damn good one, that's for sure. Nice to meet a man, and he slaps you on the back like really hard. It's nice to see a man of grit like yours and a talent for some jokes. People these days, they're all too serious.
Yes, I'm inclined to agree. Far too many people taking lives a bit too seriously. Like, we only get one go around, you know? Like, why not try and live it as best you can?
Exactly, and he starts laughing. You're shirtless, right?
Shirtless, but, like, you know, the bandages are, like, wrapped around, like, everything that needs to be wrapped up.
Right, okay, but you are shirtless. So he laughs, and then as he kind of glances at you once and then looks back, he does, like, a quick double take. Immediately, he stops laughing and gets real serious and, like, comes close to you. Oh, I see you have been marked.
It came up. Currently in the process of, you know, stuff.
So,
He says, like, trying to be, like, incredibly vague in case this is either someone on the inside of the cult or someone, like, you know, on the outside. Like, you know, he's not exactly, like, you know, confirming or denying anything.
he stands up out of the water and gets, like, uncomfortably close to you. Like, his belly is now, like, poking your hip. Well, not even that. No, he's a dwarf. He's actually shorter than you, so it wouldn't even be there. I mean, he's
bumping my thigh?
He's like bumping your thigh with his belly, but you're kind of like bent over as you're like cleaning things, so he gets right up to your ear, like he's making you a little uncomfortable. He's like, so you, and if you have any associates, you're hunting the cult, right? Because I'm doing that too.
I'd like to roll insight.
Okay.
That is a 18.
He's being genuine with you. He seems like some kind of soldier.
Yes, me and my associates, we've all been branded. It's been a few days now. I believe about 6, give or take.
Almost forgot.
Oh yeah, but I forgot to say, 85 days remain.
86.
For you, bitch.
But yes, it's been about 5 days since we woke up with these brands.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. You got plenty of time to figure things out, at least. I just, you can't be too careful. The cult members, they could be around here at any corner. It could be like that woman over there. And he's pointing to the really scared-looking Zelia.
Oh, no,
Yes.
She's a friend of mine. She's also marked, but I will say, to my knowledge, and what has been shared with me by one of my other companions, they could very well be in the city.
Well, of course. Who do you think's been tracking them? Yours truly. I am a representative of the Order of the Gauntlet, the faction of Alakara and Altaria. We've been trying to branch out more and more.
Could I roll a history check, see if I recall that?
Of course. Go right ahead.
If I'm able to hear this, I would too.
Okay.
That's a 16.
16. Yeah, you'd hear it. Go ahead.
Oh no, that was not. Do you want me to roll perception to see if I can hear this?
No, I just said you can roll history. You'd hear him.
Oh, okay, yeah. Fucking what is that? 21? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough. So he represents the Order of the Gauntlet. His order shares many of the Knights of Justice's principles, but the two organizations are still very different. The Order of the Gauntlet emphasizes faith, vigilance, and constant struggle against threats of evil. Many of its members are clerics and paladins, but the Order welcomes anyone who shares its ideals. Discipline is key. The Order is distinctly more structured and hierarchical than others, and they so happen to mostly be the defensive order of Elturia.
Sorry, I'm just...
So they're a noble faction.
Yep. Noble in nature. There we go. I will also would like for you to drop the name, the spelling of his name in the chat whenever you've got the time, of
Oh,
course.
but of course, let me do that right now.
I like to make sure that my notes are correct.
Yes. Hope I spelled that correct. There we go.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Hey, I was almost right. Just forgot a couple letters.
All right. Thank you.
There you go.
Well, as a citizen of Alakara, I have heard of the Order of the Gauntlet, but I'm not very well versed with your work. But I must say, it's nice to know that we're not the only ones out here. I don't know if you've ran into them yet, but I know that the Knights of Justice are out here too, also hunting them.
Oh, you know the Knights of Justice?
Well, we were with a man named Leosin. He was helping us, we tracked them for him, and he
slaps your back and interrupts you immediately. That's my contact! Oh my gosh, you guys gotta join me. We're having a meeting in like a half hour.
Okay, yes, I will join you as soon as my back fucking repairs itself.
Fantastic! And he slaps you again in the exact same spot. All right, well, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna ready the men. A couple of my men, they were infected a few weeks ago. Their time is running shorter. But yeah, we have much to discuss. Men, to arms! Where are we going, sir? Are we fighting someone? No, I must get dressed. Oh, I hate having to do this job, and him and the soldiers, they instantly just take off. They actually wrap around him as he starts putting his armor on, so.
What a character.
Told me.
I kind of like him.
The Order of the Gauntlet, though. Pretty high ranking.
You don't say. Oh, fuck.
Having
You guys
both
got a
them
mean
and the
swing
Knights
to
of
him.
And both them and the Knights of Justice on our side definitely give us quite an advantage. Though the cult's numbers are what I think they are, we're gonna need all the help we can get.
Well and truly. Well, he said half an hour, so hopefully we can find out wherever they're going. Actually, and then I assume he's not gone too far to get dressed.
No, they're just standing like away from the river now, but he's just giving you guys time to like get ready. You can best assume he assumes you're coming with him. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then if that's the case, then I'm gonna finish like washing up my coat as best I can. Which, unfortunately, because of funniness and because I commissioned another sheet to be like this, some of the dye has begun to wear away, revealing golden trim along the collar of the coat and along the I don't know the best way to word it, but like, you know, the bit that like, you know, would connect in the center, like that like runs down either side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like overall that has a gold trim to it, and it goes all the way down to the back as well. It's very faint because the dye is still coming off, but it's there.
Okie dokie.
Quite fancy looking trim for someone who says their family runs a tavern.
You could say I found it.
Found it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't originally belong to you, is what I'm hearing.
Well, let's just say
Anyway, no.
let's just say it went to someone with a different name.
I'm pretty sure that means he stole it.
I won't pry. At the end of the day, it's not my business, but pretending to be someone you're not, well,
Look, all I'm telling you is this. If you're able to get enough drinks in me, I'll tell you the entire story. But considering I've worked in the industry long enough, that's going to be very hard. And with that, I'm going to give him a playful slap on the back before I throw my t-shirt and my coat back on again. And I start, like, you know, assembling the cast back on and, like, not taking off the bandaging just so I can, like, do it out in the open instead of, like, worrying about anything else.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yep, you can slip on and be all disguised again. With your, or have your cast on and not, you know, show any skin that you don't want to show.
Yeah, no skin showing, gloves back on again.
That works.
There we go. Much better.
All right, anybody else got to do any business around here, or are we just going to follow the Order of the Gauntlet?
Can I'm sorry, because I did have to go for quite a bit of that. What sort of things are there at the shop?
We're not at shops.
We haven't gone to a shop
We
yet.
haven't gotten to the shop yet? Okay, cool.
No, we're at a
You
river
are
right now.
currently just at the main river cleaning yourselves, so...
Would anybody be interested in going to the shops?
I would be interested in going to the blacksmith.
Let's
Shopping. Shopping
Since the
episode.
meeting's in 30 since the meeting's in 30 minutes and we don't know how far away this meeting place is, why don't we do that first and then afterwards go shopping?
This
agree.
is true.
All right. Shopping episode can be later.
Well, I mean, we've had a partial beach episode. I'm waiting for the proper beach episode later.
That's true. This is
You
true.
haven't gotten
We
the
got-
beach
we got-
episode yet, but it will come. So
We got half a beach.
I need
We
to
got a
drag
river
this.
episode. We're one degree of way from a beach
Yep.
episode.
That one I'll only be there for an hour, and you guys can go for 5. So
Let's fucking go.
I'll show up, set the premise, and then you just roleplay for 4 hours, and I'll walk away.
Perfect,
so.
thank you.
That works.
So down. That'll be the after credits for this
Yeah.
campaign. We all go to the beach.
That's the joke. I end the stream, and then you guys just do the beach episode without me, because I won't care. Anyways, all right. So you guys clean yourselves off, and you're gonna follow the soldiers.
Yeah.
Or the gauntlet order. All right, they're a faction. Like there's a lot of factions in the world. So, all right. So they lead you guys to a small building. It almost looks like a library or like a common area. Like there's nothing really of significance there. There's some books on shelves. There's it's almost like a relaxation area. But there is a table behind a door in the back that they lead you through. So you have Onthar and about 4 of his men that are just lining up against the wall near him. Sitting at the there is hang on, bleh. There is a young soldier who looks about I don't know, I guess he'd be human. He's got a spear. He's standing behind a familiar looking elven friend of yours by the name of Leosin as he stands up like a bit surprised. Oh, it's all of you. You made it.
Well, I'm glad to know that you're at least surprised to see us.
Well, I didn't know when we'd run into each other again. You went on that mission. Were you able to recover the item that you were looking for?
Indeed, I had, and I will. Well, no, wait. Sorry, never mind. That was not. I forgot about that.
Actually, we decided it was in our best interest to keep it to let them have it for now. But we know more about it now, and we can start doing research into the location of the others. They don't have the rest of them. But now that we know what they are after, we can make a plan to get to the others before they get them.
Well, what exactly was it?
It was a blue dragon mask. One of the...
God.
What, and you said it was like 5 or 7?
it was
chromatic
5.
dragon
5.
masks. 5, yeah, I thought it was.
One of the 5 chromatic dragon masks.
Oh, gods, they are doing what I think they are doing. Well, it's a bit disheartening that they got another in their possession, but if you were worried for your own safety and it might work out better for us in the end, then I will not argue with that. Please, sit down, join us. You see there's like pitchers of like red wine and water. Of course, Onthar is pouring like 2 glasses of wine for himself. Leosin's just casually grabbing water for himself. The soldiers just stay back, but you guys, there's enough chairs for you 5 to sit with them. Well, my friends, we have an important business to discuss. At this point, you know almost as much as we do about the cult. And thanks to you, we know twice as much today as we did 10 days ago. Something rotten is afoot. We have no formal organization to oppose these rascals. Not yet, anyway. We're working on that, though. And we need people like you, who know how and when to fight, and how and when to keep their heads down and observe. At least, Leosin has told me some interesting things about the adventurers he found. We can't promise you anything except long days filled with danger and stress, but what could be better than that, eh? And he tries to, like, slap Edison again, who kind of, like, shifts, so he just grazes your arm a little bit.
The only thing better than danger and stress would probably be going home and enjoying myself for a few days, but I'm down for a little bit more stress before that.
Indeed, there's a lot we have to get done here, and we're grateful for your assistance.
Anything to get these marks off of us.
Of course, let's just get down to it. Typically, our factions differ enough that we try to handle these issues on our own. But the Knights of Justice, the Order of the Gauntlet, and with the threat of the cult, our ideals align with Lady Linnell and her cloaked magpies as well. Her people have come together with ours for the sake of dealing with these people before... Well, if it's true that it is the dragon masks, then before Tiamat becomes a possibility. We won't force...
Cloaked magpies. Might
Yes.
I roll a history on that real quick?
Sure.
17 plus 5, 23.
Though you've never met any of them, and you deemed them to only be a rumor from the days that you found yourself in Alakara, you know they are a kind of a rebel faction They are they steal from the rich and give to the needy. Keep a little something, but they're not greedy. Break it down.
I like that.
Shrek quote right there.
Where is it? No, never mind.
But yeah, they basically, because Alucard is full of like a lot of uppity rich people and there's a lot of poor people. There's a big distinction between the two groups. You don't know the story or the leader, but now apparently you do, of Lady Linnell. But yeah, rich people have claimed that people who look like cloaked magpies, they're dressed like these bird creatures, they have stolen goods from them. And yeah, but now you know this rumor is a fact. So
Awesome. Thank you.
So yeah, as Leosin continues, we won't force you all to join any of our groups, though we can offer benefits should you decide to become one of us. But we are looking for a small elite team to handle special missions, and you all seem very capable. Your group, and they kind of look at each other, you should consider a name for yourselves so we have a better way of distinctifying you and building a legacy for yourselves. But regardless, you could play a big role in saving the entire continent, if not the whole world.
Well, I must say branding's never really been my thing, both figuratively and literally. I say, like, pointing at the branding on me. But how about this? Next time we run into each other, we'll make sure that we've at least had some kind of talk, and we'll let you know if we come up with a name for our little boy band.
It just makes it easier. Believe me, names are cool. I bet you could create your own faction someday, or join the gauntlet. Right, my friend? And this time he makes sure he doesn't whiff and nails you right in the middle of your back. Edison just slapping you again.
Yep. Doesn't hurt any less.
You could tell he had to, like, get out of his chair to do that.
Yeah, he fucking deliberately goes up to me and fucking power swings for me. Where's my deck saving throw?
Why was there...
Huh?
I see something in D&D Beyond. That's what I'm... Oh, why did I just get that pop-up now?
What is Blood doing?
It's follow King on Twitch.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I just now got the deception check that you did 20 minutes ago for some reason.
Oh.
That's funny.
He's deceiving you again.
Yep. Get deceived.
Good to see you.
Pranked.
Were you gonna say something to him, Sheldon? I thought you were trying to get his attention.
Addison,
Yes?
why do you call us a boy band when we're not all boys?
Yes, you're right. And I shouldn't have been generalizing, but... Ow! That fucking hurt! Look, I'll worry about the mislabeling later. Right now, I'm gonna...
Anthar is just laughing. You're funny thinking that hurt. You should see me when I'm actually trying.
I would rather not!
I love this already.
So, let me
Daniel's,
get
like,
this
trying
straight.
not to like laugh out loud.
So, let me get this straight. You take a stabbing in the back, like a champ, but with one punch you start crying?
Yes!
Damn, Sheldon's ignored. All right, at that point, Daniel's actually laughing now. Like, you can't hold that in. That's really funny.
Batman laugh.
Yeah, no, it's the strangled ass. It's the strangled ass laughter.
That's like, I pictured Daniel laughing like that one clip from the Lego Batman movie where it's just,
Yeah. Basically, after that comment by Sheldon, Leosin is like covering his mouth to try and not laugh. Onthar's laughing fully. Some of the soldiers, even in the back, they're like kind of chuckling too. Like, oh, you're the one guy. That was a good burn.
I swear to God, Turtle, I will turn your shell into a bowl later.
Oh, that would mean that I finally I finally need to buy a new shell then. Thank you.
But you can buy a new shell.
Were you a fucking hermit crab?
I think he was just making a statement that he doesn't actually know the answer to. Maybe, who knows?
Bro might be silly. Bro might actually think he can remove himself.
Or maybe he
That
did
would
buy
be
that
really
shell
funny.
somewhere. You don't know.
No, he
No,
stole it from
it's
another
true,
turtle.
Literal
It was a
hermit
hand me
crab.
down from another turtle.
Roll history on the turtle shell thief.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, let's figure out what we have to do from here on. We know that the cult is somewhere outside of Alturia. Do we know what they want besides supplies?
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any to let them in on what we've heard. You, a couple of you have some standing with the cult, is that correct?
Myself and the big one over there.
Okay, no idea how a robot can, talk to cult members, but that is not for me to judge. And he, like...
I'll hop out of my suit. Or, well,
right.
not hop out, just sort of, like, lift up...
It pops open the chest?
Catch in front. Yeah, I'm just gonna start sort of just glare at him.
As he's taking a sip of his drink, he spits it out when he sees you pop up. Even Leosa looks shocked. Oh my, I honestly thought you were just a warforged. Well, it's a pleasure to finally make your true acquaintance.
Yeah, I thought that. I'm just gonna close it again.
So sassy, dude. I love it.
I like that little guy's energy. He's a rather sassy one, but we need that kind of attitude. Anyways, Onthar, maybe stop trying to disrespect our help here. Oh, come on. He knows I don't mean. He knows I love him. He barely knows you at all. Good
Just
lords.
met him.
The entire time Edison's just busy rubbing his back still.
Yeah. You hear like a spine bone crack. Just there's one vertebrae just like in the distance. All right, maybe I'll just say it. We're not entirely sure where they're going. We don't even know where their true hideout is. But what we do know is that there is a caravan that is going to be leaving Alakara soon. The members in Alturia, it seems it was a diversion. I think they knew we were tracking them. Rezmir is smarter than she lets on. She led us here, and the cult quickly disappeared. We haven't been able to find any of them. However, we were able to grab traces of where they're headed to next. It's somewhere north of Alakara, but there is a caravan. They are bringing the stolen goods from the very villages they have raided to some hidden location. If you could find that location, we could storm it and take it down. Hopefully, the masks would be there as well.
So they're planning some sort of full-scale invasion of Alakara. Great. Well, you said you picked up some traces. Where should we start?
Well, as far as we know, the caravan has already begun to reach Alakara. But we know they're not staying in the city. It's too heavily guarded for their liking. They're likely going to go through and out the other end within a day. The problem is, Alakara's a couple of days away. We need to get you there before they take off. Because if the cult recognizes you, you can ride with them on the caravan and find their hidden location.
Well, let's see what are our options for getting there quicker.
If we had a teleportation circle, we could use that, but the spellcasters in the Order of the Gauntlet says there are none here. Alas, I don't have any means of getting you there quicker either. Maybe give me a half a day or so. Maybe I can find someone with a fast enough carriage to get you there quicker.
Teleportation circle?
Oh, there's a few in some of the big cities around here, but you need a spellcaster to activate them. However, I don't even know if Alturia has any of those.
What kind of spellcaster?
Yeah, anyone with enough magic to power it. They would just need to know the location and enough magic to activate it. Anyone with a few years' magical experience could do it. Indeed, perhaps even one of your own could do it, or we have associates that could do it ourselves. The problem is, I don't believe there is a circle in this city we can use. Unless there is some substitute.
We know where a circle is. I think we, at the tavern that, we were at earlier a few days ago.
That's right, the poolside, or was it poolside, or I don't even remember what it was called.
Tide pool.
Tide pool, thank you.
The Tide Pod.
A Tide Pool Tavern has got a teleportation circle. We might be able to use it.
Theoretically, yeah. You're sure it's a teleportation circle?
Pretty sure.
What do you propose, Captain? If their hunch is correct, then perhaps it could work. Just keep in mind, not all teleportation circles are linked to each other. If it's not a specific kind, or it's only made to go to one location, you could just be wasting the day. It's a gamble you would have to be willing to take.
What are the chances you could get us a carriage fast enough to get to Alakara?
Well, we'll give you one of our own, but it might not be fast enough. Let me take a look at the merchant's strip. I'll have a talk with a few people there. I can be rather quite persuasive, especially when I flash this. And he pulls out like a little brooch with the symbol of like a winged sword, and that is the symbol of the Knights of Justice. I might be able to get you something. I will give me a couple hours, and I will get back to you. And with that, Leosin he jumps out the window. I like watching you do that.
Fucking elves.
Well, as for the rest of you, unless you have questions for me, you're more than welcome to just meet us back here in a couple hours.
Daniel, I have an idea.
All right.
Your flying familiar, I believe it was. How far can it go without you?
It can go as far as it needs to. The only thing is it can't communicate with me unless it's within 100 feet.
If it's outside of 100 feet, can it still get back to you? And know where you are?
It can find me anywhere.
Okay, perfect. All right, I've got an idea. You know how you sent Zalia and I a note using it that one time?
Yes.
We're going to do that, but with the owner of the Tidepool Tavern, and we'll see if he can get a note sent back to us as quickly as he can. Because I'm going to assume your bird can fly faster than we can walk.
Most definitely.
Alright, so we'll write down a note, we'll send it off to him, and hopefully we'll get a response. We'll check through this note if his teleportation circle is linked to anything near Alakara. If it is, that will be our way of confirming that we can make a break for it without any risk of wasting time.
Good idea. And that gives us more time to spend in Alakara to prepare and search for the cult's hideout.
Exactly my thinking. And it also means that we're not wasting time going there in case we are needed here as well. Also gives us plenty of time to mosey about and see what else is on offer.
Alright, well, let's have you write the notes since you talked with the owner.
Alright, sounds good to me. Fucking sorry, I'm awful with names. Unthar, is it?
That is correct. Come on, friend, you should know it by now.
No, what I remember is your fucking handprint. Now, I would like to know, do you have, any spare parchment and some ink that I can write with real quick?
Of course. Man! And one of them opens up a bag and lays some out in front of you.
Fantastic, I appreciate this. And I'm just going to begin writing out, a note of, who I am, the fact that we met, just the other day, pondering about, his teleportation circle and if it's linked to anything in or in the surrounding area of Alakara, just because of urgent business, to make it seem like more of a business thing than a heroic thing.
Okay.
And then I'll roll up the note and I'll hand it to Daniel. Now, how long do you reckon it'll take your familiar to get there?
King, how would I be able to determine that?
I mean, it's just a rough estimate at this point. The bird, you don't know the feet per hour that it can move or whatever. You know, it's probably 3 times, if not more, faster than you guys. And the distance between the tavern and here is just under a day. So
I could definitely get back to this by the end of the day for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
It'll definitely be here before the end of the day. So,
And I'll use my action to resummon my bird friend. And send him off with the note.
All right, you give him the note, and he just phases through the wall since he can, and he takes off.
She actually.
Okay,
but...
she phases through the wall. Well, you didn't distinct for
Listen,
me, all right? So you didn't specify.
That's my fault. I did once name it. I just haven't role played the name in a second.
Okay, she takes off. There.
Well, whilst we wait for your familiar to get back to us, I say we head to the market area and we kind of see if there's any gear available for us that might help.
yeah.
I definitely need...
That hag ruined my armor. I could use some new one.
Yep.
All right. And for the record, when you guys go shopping, if you want to split up, yes, you can. You know what I mean when I say don't split the party, though, okay?
Yes,
so...
we know.
I'm running outside of the
know
city.
I am leaving. I'm phasing out of this reality itself.
There is a barrier preventing either of those things from happening.
I do like the piece.
A physical wall and an actual fucking metaphysical barrier.
The barrier just says no all over it too. So.
It's the Gmod error sign that's just floating in front of you.
All right, so
If we go shopping, I would like to buy some new supplies to make some potions. I think those might be really useful for us.
Agreed.
Okay.
All right, let's make way, King. Take us to the shopping district.
Okay. I mean, it's just yeah. It's not even just a district. It's just like one really long road that wraps around like in a crescent shape around the area. You can see it on the map. It is just the merchant strip. There are tons of people, some of which don't look very trustworthy as they're just trying to hustle. But there's a strip for goods and sellers of boats, carriages, horses, potions, weapons, clothing, and more. Depends on what exactly we are looking for.
Well, I would like to start off by going to the blacksmith.
Okay.
Yeah.
The blacksmith is very small, and it's literally just like one big burly man heavily examining some iron objects he has there. They haven't even been turned into weapons yet. As he pulls his old round glasses down, he acknowledges you. How might I help you?
Good day, sir. Due to your prowess with your armaments, I would like to inquire about the possibility of potential ammunition for a firearm.
Oh, well, I'm not sure. Do you have the device with you?
Yes, and I am going to unholster my revolver and I'm going to carefully hand it to him.
He carefully takes it in his hands. He examines it. He even like pops the side out to look at the rotator.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible craftsmanship. Though I'm afraid I do not specialize in ammunition. It is quite rare in this continent. If you ever find yourself in Alakara, though, the blacksmith there is far more experienced, and they do specialize in ammunition types. You'd be able to get plenty of rounds there, I'm sure, as he hands it back to you.
Yeah, that checks out. If that is the case, and if you don't specialize in ammunition, don't suppose you would have... give me a second, I'm just checking what components I actually need. Whilst I'm checking, you guys can do whatever you need real quick.
Yeah. What do you have in the way of light armor?
Oh, well, let's take a peek here. Are you looking for a replacement or simply a repair job?
Actually, I want to see what you have in case I can get an upgrade.
Very well, very well. One moment. Hang on, I gotta find the thing with all the armor on it that he lists. Well, in terms of light, we have padded leather and studded leather.
Okay, sweet. Let me take a look at the stats of those just to make sure I know which one I'm getting.
I can hand it to you if you want. I have the thing, so.
Oh, do you? Yeah, absolutely.
One moment, please, sir. Oh, that is not the right chat. There we go. I'm gonna send it to a different group of friends. There is your light armor options.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. I will take I'll take a studded leather, and I don't suppose.
And I kind of like show that the armor has been kind of.
I don't suppose you'll use the leather as scrap in exchange for some silver or anything, will you?
Well, if you want a full replacement, I can knock 5 gold off with what's left of what you have here.
The armor that I have is standard leather.
Right.
So for
But
the
it's also-
studded leather,
It's also damaged, so...
yeah, that's kind of why I'm wondering. It's like I'm fine with paying the full amount for like the studded leather, and if he wants to use like the broken leather for like scrap and stuff, and I can just get like some silver. But I mean, if he's offering to knock a couple of gold off, like to have this leather as scrap, I'm fine with that too.
That's what he's saying.
Okay, all right, then that's fine. Yeah, I'll do that.
So it's 40 gold then.
Okay.
But yeah, he'll take it, and it doesn't actually take. It takes him like 10 minutes to put this together, and he gives you your now upgraded kind of leather armor look. So
Okay.
studded armor or studded leather. Sorry. Anybody else?
Do you
yes.
have anything? Oh, sorry, you go first.
Oh no, you go first.
Do you have anything along the lines of something a bit more heavy?
Perhaps. What are you looking for? You want to upgrade on the
Heavy.
club?
Heavier, big. No, armor.
Oh, heavy
Plates.
armor. I'm afraid he only goes up to medium sizes, so, or not sizes, but medium quality armor. He does not have heavy duty armor.
Okay.
Do you want to browse the medium armor or no?
Well, what have you got?
I'll grab you that section too, baby.
Thank you.
Tell you what. Also, I would like to ask if
Would you be interested in a shield by chance? I picked it up on my travels, but honestly, I haven't had much use for it.
Sure, I'd be willing to pay about 15 gold for that.
Alrighty, sounds good.
So he'll make that trade with you then.
I take it when you say disadvantage, that's disadvantage on stealth checks.
Correct, Amundo.
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, that's okay.
That's as high as the armor goes for him. You'll have to go to a more advanced blacksmith in another area to get better.
Alright.
I don't suppose.
You go first.
Yeah. I don't suppose you could repair this, and then I show him my scale mail.
Let's take a peek. Ooh, you had a nasty run-in with something acidic. But, I could. On metallic armor, repair jobs are 20 gold.
Yes, please, and I'll give him the 20 gold.
Alright, he'll take it, and, he'll begin melting some like scale mail that he has and fusing it to that. It's gonna look a little warped, but it's gonna work just like normal, so your AC will go back to the way it once was.
Yippee! Thank you.
Pleasure. Anybody else? Such good business
don't-
today.
I don't suppose you have any alchemy supplies, like a cauldron and stuff for sale?
Well, actually, no, it looks like I'm fresh out. But there is the potion maker. You might want to see her shop. She might have some of the stuff you need.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, back to me. Sorry.
You just push back in. You like push the turtle out of the way.
Yes, sorry. Sorry,
Rude.
Sheldon. But I know it's probably a bit of a stretch due to the fact that you don't sell ammunition. But do you sell gunpowder, by any chance? Or do you know anyone in the city who does?
Yeah, it wouldn't be me. However, if the miners' union is around, they might have some. They dig up all sorts of things.
Interesting, okay. If that is the case, then... Oh, that's one thing. Do you have a set of scales around here? I want to see how much my iron bars weigh. And I'm going to pull, like, the bars of iron out of my bag real quick.
I do, and he hangs like this weird thing from a chain with like a dial at the top.
I'm gonna put a bar in each, like just to kind of like see what the average, like the weight of each one is.
Okay. You're asking me to do math now.
Yeah, sorry. It's just I'm looking into like the specifics, and I've got a pretty solid thing going here.
Oh bullshit. That's not what that weighs. Okay, each bar is about 50, 60 pounds.
All right, give me a second. Let's say about 55 on average.
Sure.
55. Perfect. All right. Well, if that's the case, then could you point me in the direction of the miners' union?
He just kind of points outside his hut down the strip. It's not a guarantee that they're here, but they come into town every now and again. Feel free to check. They'll be on the left-hand side.
You are a legend, my friend. And I'm gonna toss him a silver piece for, like, you know, because I didn't buy anything, but he's been very helpful.
And he'll cup it in his hands. Pleasure doing business with you folk.
All right. Well, what do we say we all meet up in about 10 minutes? 10 minutes, half an hour, depending on what you guys are looking to do. I'm heading to the miners' union really quick.
That's good.
if they are indeed selling the gunpowder that you're looking for, could you ask them if they have a recipe for it? Maybe I might be able to make you some in the future with a recipe.
I like your thinking. Yes, that's fantastic idea. Yes, if that's the case then, Sheldon, you're going to a potion shop, right? To
Yes,
get
I'm
potential
gonna
ingredients?
buy some alchemy supplies. I wanna be able to make potions again. I wanna train my potion crafter. I wanna impress Lloydian when we meet him again.
Okay.
You know what? I admire that a lot.
Miners Union, potion shop. So I'm keeping track of who's going where, just so I know.
Daniel, where are you going? If you are going anywhere.
Probably to some sort of general store. I want to find some common healing potions or something so that we're stocked up.
If you're going to a common place, I'm going to pull out the 3 minuscule emeralds and the sapphire from my bag of holding, and I'm going to put them in his hands. Feel free to sell these, and like whatever you're not able to buy and use this on, just we'll split it between one of us.
All right then.
Okay, who else?
Zalea, where are you going? If you're going anywhere.
Can I tag along with you going to the Miners Union? I just don't want to be alone.
You're more than welcome to tag along with me.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I'll hang about too.
you're going to hang out with me?
My best friend.
I really wish you hadn't have said it like that, but okay.
How's your back, buddy?
So 3 of you are gonna go to the miners, commonplace, and potion store. Okay, fuck. All right. Ready? We're going. We're splitting up.
How's your back, buddy? Oh, it's better than your fucking language skills, I'll tell you that much, bitch.
I'm boho.
Boo-hoo,
Okay,
you got slapped on the back,
well-
but I can't speak Draconic.
Alright. So you all you split up into 3 and 2, and then that 2 becomes 1 and 1 as you guys split up. The first thing that comes up, I'll just go in order here, will be the potion shop. So Sheldon, there is a lovely looking she I don't know. Let me check the notes. Actually, I don't know what she is. She's a drow woman, actually. With a very short and poofy hair. She regards you with a warm smile as you approach her potion shop. Welcome. How might I help you today?
Greetings. I was looking to see if I could buy some alchemical supplies. I wanna get back into potion making.
Oh, but of course. Let us see here. Well, do you have a cauldron in your possession, or would you be needing one of those?
I have sadly lost mine. I kind of need to buy an entire new alchemical kit.
Well, we're having a special today. There are discounts on the cauldrons. It'll be 40 gold for the cheaper brand, or 80 gold for the more higher quality one.
Could you tell me the difference between the higher quality and the normal one?
Of course. Simply the higher quality one, it will last you much longer. Cauldrons eventually they get old and wither away, so it will last you years on years, where the other one might only last you about 1 year or so. In addition, it can allow you to make more potions. Instead of such as like saying 1 at a time, it could make like 2 to 3 at a time, depending on what you are making. And it is actually equivalent to its weight. It is actually easier to lug around than the cheaper one.
Alright, I'll take the more expensive one. And do you by any chance have any recipes laying around that I might be able to buy?
Potion recipes specifically? Let us
Yes.
see. Sorry, I'm trying to find in my notes where I wrote that down. Son of a beehive. Okay. Here we go. In terms of basic potions, I only have a couple. I have the recipes for climbing potions, as well as animal friendship potions.
Alright. What did you want to say? Yeah, after that?
Oh, no, that was it. She has... those are the only 2, like, recipes that she offers. They actually come at a discounted price when you buy them with a cauldron. So instead of 10 gold each, they are 5 each.
I'll take the climbing potion one.
Alright, so that's 85 gold now to your total. That costs. If you're interested, I also sell potions if you want to take any. They're quite expensive because they're of rare value, though.
Which potions do you sell?
So she shows you like a list she has. So your options are well, there's animal friendship here as well, just a potion of it. Potion of advantage, poison cure, and water breathing, but they're all 90 gold. Then there is clairvoyance, diminution, and heroism, which are 250 gold each. And because I know your bank can't handle it, I won't even read the legendary options, so...
I also have this oil of slipperiness. Would you be willing to buy this off me?
Oh, yes, quite. Let me look at the conversion rate for that. We'll just say she went into a book to check out how much it's worth. Okay. Here we go. I will take that for 200 gold.
Alright, so I'll sell you this, and then I'll take the cauldron and the climbing potion recipe, and that will conclude my business today.
Alright. Have a magical day.
So that's 200 minus 85.
So 115 you make as profit, actually.
Alright.
Man, you walking away with bank! Alright, if that concludes it for you, Sheldon, you're just probably going to go and try and find your comrades, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to take that one off. Alright, Daniel, you are in the commoner shop you eventually find. It's one of the bigger ones. It's just like a giant tent with some various wooden shelving areas and things on them. There's various rations and tools and ropes and backpacks and such. What are you looking for?
Let's see. I was looking. Actually, okay. So I would come up and, ask the clerk.
Do you happen to sell any potions of healing?
Yes, actually, we do. Let me look at my notes here. They're actually at a discounted price today, sir, or for the week, actually. We sell only the common type, but they're 40 gold apiece.
40 gold apiece. How much are they normally?
They're normally 50 gold apiece. So it is a beneficial discount the more you get.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at.
He pulls up like a big crate, and you hear like jiggling in there of glass. How many can I get for you, sir?
The conversion rate of silver to gold is
10 to
silver
1
for 1 gold, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So... Let me see here. So I have 280 silver. Gives me that, which then puts that.
That and that and that and that. This is literally the shopping episode now.
Yeah, pretty much. I have to do like the actual. I have to do the actual math and stuff.
Ow, my knee just cracked. Oh.
I'm out here working out grams and shit. Joy, I get it. Oh, we love grams.
I just love the fact that I went to a shop and came back with more money than I went in.
Sheldon walking away a winner today, folks.
Hell yeah.
I looked up the conversion rate of the oil, and that was the price, so, yeah.
Oil?
Alright.
Here, no.
Bro.
Alright, how about I buy 3 off of you for 100 gold?
Well, now, sir, that would be 120.
Well, I think buying them in bulk and giving them at a...
Oh, jeez. Sorry. Oh.
For hurty?
How about 4 for 120 then?
Let's see here. He's writing this down because you're asking basically for 1 free at that point. Well, we did get a good shipment in lately. All right, I'll make that deal. 120 gold for 4 bottles, and he puts 4 on the counter.
Pleasure doing business.
I'll make that deal. Damn good deal.
You as well.
That's a damn
make
good deal.
that-
That's a damn good
You make
deal.
that deal?
You
Make
as
that
well,
deal?
sir.
Make that deal? I
Don't
make that deal.
you have a good day as well, sir? Don't drink them all in one place.
I'll
Hopefully I won't need to.
He just kind of nods at you and gets called over by someone else, so he goes and helps them.
Alrighty. Cool. Thank you very much. That'll be it for me.
Okay. So then it just leaves the man with the cast, the now bluish woman, and the giant metal man as you walk down the path. You guys go a pretty far distance away from the area you were just at. I will roll a percentage die to see if the miners are in town. Well, would you look at that? They are. Percentage die succeeded, so they're in town today. I actually did roll for that, for the record. I'm not lying. You eventually see a couple of humanoid men with some big, thick mustaches and tannish skin. There's actually a tabaxi in the back too. Eventually, one of them, he's got his pickaxe down by his leg as he's kind of like kneeling against it. Can we help you, sir? Looking to join the Miners Guild?
Oh, not quite. My arm's a bit too out of shape for that, as it were. But you know, I'd leave that work to the more capable. But I am looking to potentially buy something from you guys, if possible.
All right, we got plenty of ores on hand if you need anything like that.
I was actually looking for gunpowder.
Gunpowder, you say? That's a tough get. Excuse me. He didn't actually do that. That was just me.
I don't believe you.
Fight me.
Yeah, well,
let's see. And he goes rooting around. Well, you're in luck. It's kind of rare stuff that we find when we start digging, but we're able to materialize some of it. And so he pulls out 2 powder horns, which are, you know, the standard holders. That'll be, let's see here. These are the only 2 we got. They're 45 gold each.
And how many did you say you've got?
Just the 2 today, sir.
And how much is in each?
That's a good question. Let me Google that one too to be sure. Well, let me see.
Somebody's rolling like crazy.
I know.
My bad.
yeah.
I'm building a tower.
no.
Here we go. Here's a descriptor for it. No, okay. Oh, that's helpful. Piece of shit. D&D Beyond. All right. Oh, here we go. So, a little over a pound. Each one will allow you to take roughly 15 shots. Or make 15 shots worth, so.
Give me just a second. 'Cause I'm just working out the math. That could, based on what I've been able to deduce from several sources, I could actually make
15 times 2, Kieran.
Yeah, I know. But, well, I'm not worried about the price. Yes, I'll buy those off of you. That'll be.
So that's 90 gold.
Yes, that is 90 gold. Let me just reach into my little coin purse, as it were.
Bop.
Uh,
While he's doing this, what are you 2 doing? We'll get everyone
I'm just
involved.
looking. I'm just standing there, cuddling my Toyo, looking.
I'm gonna just watch somebody.
Okay. You do see the guy you're staring at. He kind of glances over and sees you looking at him as he's like talking to his girlfriend, and then he looks at you again and he kind of inches closer to her and he's starting to look a little nervous.
Okay,
you're just staring at him.
I'm just gonna keep looking at him until he addresses me.
He's starting to like turn his head away so you can't see what he's saying to her.
Like turn my head into just look at.
You see, he hears your like cluck 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 as you like walk around the table to try and get him to like notice. He's like crouching, like so his head's like barely above the table, and she's like, "What?" You could tell she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "That thing's still over there." While that's happening, you pay them. They give you the 2 horns of powder. Question for you before you walk off. And he points over to Spaztok. How much for the machine? We'd be willing to buy it off of you.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
We could use a mining digger of our own that automates itself. We'd have to rewire it, of course, but if it has no conscience, then what would we care?
What the
Oh, well,
fuck did you call me?
A conscience I don't really think it's got, do you, Spaz Talk? I bet you'd fetch a pretty penny for these fellas. He's very disrespectful, very rude at times. I think a good rewiring would fix him proper.
We have artificers to do so. Name your price. We'll take him off your hands.
I'm almost tempted to say free because he's a pain in my ass.
While that negotiating's going on, Zelia, you actually see something you didn't think you'd see in this city. You actually see a giant. It's a giant deer. It's like stuffed. It's like a toy. It's big. It's fluffy. It looks similar to the one you have, and it's like you see like someone holding like a couple of them, and it's like moving it around like its hands, and they're like walking down the road with it. And they're like a kid runs up to them, and they actually buy one off of them and everything. And then the person holding the deer turns, and they wave the one fluffy hoof like at you, seeing you kind of watching. And then they walk into one of the huts.
Unexpected. I would could I like try and get a better look at like the deer? Like, is it just like normal like toy deer? You know, like stuffed toy deers. Is there anything special about them that I could make out from this distance, or is it?
It looks. No, I mean it's got like it's like a reindeer. It has horns on it, but it's big. It's like you can see the felt material isn't used from actual animal, but it is still like soft quality. I mean you don't see them in the hut. You just see the person carrying like a couple of them in their hands, like they're walking around trying to sell them. They have pretty good detail on them. They also have like shining like green in the eyes.
I will, as they like wave towards me, I use my toy deer to wave back and make my way towards them.
Okay.
That's cute.
Oh no, she's gonna get kidnapped, isn't she?
This isn't Taken, okay? Easy. Yeah, the hut is just.
Still absolutely see it.
The hut's like 3 down, so like we'll even say Edison out of the corner of your eye, you see her walk into one. So you know like the relative. You don't, maybe not the specific hut, but like she's in that area, so she's not that far. So as for you, are you gonna make an offer, or are you gonna keep Spazstock for a while?
You know what? I'm unfortunately going to have to turn you down. But if I'm ever in Alturia again and he's acting up, I will happily sell him to you.
Please do. Yeah, we'd be willing to fetch a high price for something like that. Actually, you might have to go attend to it now. And as you turn, you see he's just looking down, and the woman, not the guy, got up, and she's like jabbing her finger at him, being like, "Who do you think you are, just staring at us like that? You know how rude that is?" And she's just in your face yelling at you right now, Spazstock.
Keep looking at her.
Spaztalk, we're leaving. Stop scaring the civilians.
Is this your mech suit or something? Would you move it? It is making my boyfriend uncomfortable.
Yes, it makes everyone uncomfortable. Don't worry, I'm very sorry about that.
Hunk of junk, and she kicks it, and you see her grit her teeth because it actually hurt her kicking you in the foot. And then she just kind of like half limps away over to her boyfriend.
Edison.
Good job, babe. Shut up!
Edison.
Yes.
This guy's a bitch.
Yeah, so are you. There's literally nothing dividing the pair of you apart from the fact that you are made of metal. Now, let's get a fucking move on.
Don't worry about it. I'll get you a beer later. Or maybe some nice smelling wine.
You know what? Maybe I should have
forgot
sold
to
you.
I don't know why I forgot to do the voice.
I'm gonna be honest, just hearing it in that such a monotone fucking voice is like, oh, what an asshole. Alright, well, we'll worry about you later. Just know I held my tongue. I could have sold you.
How much was I going for?
I have no idea, but they would have paid a fucking hefty price, I assume. Actually, are you willing to sell the mech suit?
Who the fuck? No.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. And like, and then he just began. Like, Edison starts heading down the road to follow where Zelia went.
Okay, you guys head down. As for Zalia, you walk into the hut. This one, it has cloaks around most of it. You can see, like, lines of light through the edges and people moving by, but for mostly it's closed off other than the entrance. There's a couple desks. Each of them have some, like, one has, like, some pottery and some, like, weird-looking, like, artifact objects. You can assume they're not magical. They're just, like, fake and decorative. On the other is... I'm trying to think. It's like jewelry, some stuff. It's not expensive quality stuff, but they are pretty to look at. And then there's like a long desk, and there's this figure sitting next to it. Pretty big-sized person. Brown cloak. The hood is over their face right now because they're bent over. They're rooting through some things. And you see them. They're actually pulling out the deer from the box that they have, and they're stacking them onto the table as you walk up to the desk that they're behind. They haven't, like... Either they haven't noticed you, or they're waiting for you to, like... browse or say something.
Wait, so is that the person that I've seen walk into this?
Yeah, it's the person who sold one to a kid and waved at you with it.
Okay, Zelia would just, like, slowly go up to them and be like, I'm sorry?
Oh, nothing. I couldn't help but notice the deer that you had in your hands, and I thought you might be interested in browsing my collections.
Yeah, can you tell me more about them?
Oh, but of course, yes, they are made of a very fine material. No animals harmed, because I wouldn't want anyone to be upset about holding an animal that was once a real animal. All while he's saying this, like, you see his hand moving as he's talking, but he's still bent over the counter. They are fine quality, yes. The material does not shred. You could take a knife to it, and it would take a lot of pressure to make them cut. They're even fire resistant, so they wouldn't take any much damage. They could be adventured with. You look like an adventurer yourself. Are you... Actually, based on that blue skin of yours, you are not of this realm, are you?
No, I'm this is actually my first time in the material plane.
First time? Well, I hope the people of this realm have been quite kind to you.
Oh, mostly, yeah. I've made a few friends. Could I see what he's like, when you said he's moving his arm around, is that like behind his back, or like can I see what he's exactly doing?
No, he's like bent over the counter. He's bent over like the counter. Like you see the curve of his back, and then his arm is just like kind of moving as he's like talking, like, someone like, I don't know, who talks with their hands. He's got
just gesturing.
Yeah, he's got like palish skin. You can assume he's like a human or an elf or something. And he just has this like calm demeanor, like he's not like fearful of you or anything, because he's just like he's talking to you, but like you could assume he's probably like looking at your feet under the table or something. But he's just his arms just kind of moving as he like talks, so gesturing more or less.
Okay, gotcha.
He has like his brown like gauntlet sleeve is like pulled all the way up to his wrist and everything. It looks kind of tight actually, but he's just like all bundled up, so.
Okay, then yeah, I've made a few friends. What kind of store is this actually? I see you have a pretty big selection on a few different things.
Oh, very valuable wares and such, things to grasp the eye, whether, it be children, or, people of great nobility, or my prey, whatever it is to,
Your prey?
Yes, of course, my prey. Yes, it's, eye-catching stuff, things to, bring people here, people that I need to take out, or whatever, I'm a very busy businessman and all, but, much like yourself, for example, you saw something here and it caught your eye, and it lured you right into my trap. Dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh, easily. That's a 12, 15.
15. You fail. No! So, hang on, let's hit that. So he he jumps over the counter, and he pins your arms behind your back with one arm. As the other one, a knife shoots out the end of his sleeve, and he holds it right to your neck. And he gets close to your ear, and suddenly a chill goes down your spine. I have been waiting so long for this moment, cleansing the world of your elytran filth. I saw you that year ago when you came here. Your putrid scent, I could smell it in Durenfold. You came here once, and all I was able to get from you was a little bit of monetary goodness. But now I've come to shed your blood, you wench.
She just go, oh, it's you, and then she would use her face step to get away from his grasp and whatever, and he needs to make I think it's a wisdom saving throw. Yeah, he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, let us see here. That is going to be... That's a 21.
Yeah, okay, he succeeds.
So you
otherwise he
phase
would've
through his arms, and he kind of leans forward, but he's able to shake off whatever you're trying to do to him.
Yeah.
As you do that, from out of his other wrist, he shoots a blade out from the other end of his arm, and that's just going to be a roll to hit against you.
Okay.
And that is going to be a... Yeah, he rolled high. That's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Then you are going to take... So that is going to be 11 points of slashing damage...
Mm-hmm.
And 4 points of poison damage as the blade slices like past your shoulder, cutting it and poisoning you slightly. And he is in quick pursuit, trying to jump over another table and run at you. So.
Okay. Then I would. Yeah. Let's. I'll cast Hold Person on him, so he has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, another Wisdom save.
Yes.
Yes. That is gonna be a 17.
Succeeds.
So you stop him for a split second, and you see when he looks up at you finally, all you see are his eyes. They're like a light blue color. The hood's still over his face, and he has like a mask like wrapped around his neck or like a scarf. But his eyes flash like white for a second, and he busts through the magic attempt. He's gonna run at you with the blade in his arm, and he's going to swing at you with it.
While casting the spell, I also just like to say to him that, listen, I don't want to hurt you. We can talk this out. I didn't do anything to you.
So he runs at you, and he drops to his knees and slides at you with the blade, trying to swing out, as he says, well, I want to hurt you. And that is going to be, that's a 16 to hit.
16 misses.
All right, so you're able to jump up as he just swings out. He was trying to clip your leg. He's not even trying to finish you in one blow. So you're able to jump over him as he swings and misses, though he quickly spins around and gets back on his feet. He's going to lunge at you again. What do you do?
I would just quickly like to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay. You cast that, so that is a Wisdom save again from him, right?
Yeah, when he wants to attack me, he'd have to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let's see. That is... He rolled a nat 1 anyway, so... So the barrier goes up. He slices the blade into the barrier, and it bounces his arm back. And so, because he can't move, that gives you a chance to run away if you want.
I'd like to get... That is small, right? It's not like a big hut. It's probably smaller than 30 feet.
Yeah, it's 20, 25 feet wide.
25 feet wide. Okay, then, I just move myself towards, the door to the outside, but not stepping outside, just, so that I'm, literally one step away from going outside. I'm like, listen, I don't want to hurt you. If you stop now, nothing will happen to you, and I promise I will forget everything that happened, and maybe we can... I don't know, talk about it!
What is to talk about with Eldrin filth like yours? You wretched fae from your realm need to stay there or die! And his eyes flash white again as he pulls his cloak back, and another blade that sits in the cloak shoots out and begins to float, and he just says something in a whistly tone, and it shoots and it flies after you as you start to try and back away. It almost it's not you. It looks like your spiritual weapon. It's not, but it reminds you of that.
Okay. Let me see.
So, as you're moving, around, it starts, slicing at you. I'm not counting these as hits. It's, cutting through the drapes around you and everything. But you are going to have to react here soon, so...
Yeah, I'm trying to think, what to do. I'll try and cast Command on him, saying... Halt, using Command Halt, so that... he would have to make a Wisdom saving throw.
All your things are just Wisdom saving throws.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
He's a Wisdom-based spellcaster, so...
Yeah.
That's a 13.
13. He failed, so he doesn't move and takes no actions. Yeah, for his next quote-unquote turn, I guess.
All right. So you halt him, and he's like, you see him like look confused. He's like, ah, and the blade like kind of hovers back from you for a second as he's getting his thoughts in order. At this time, Edison, Spastak, you would have seen you don't know what's going on, but you would see the drapes in one of the huts getting like cut open, like something's going on inside.
Upon seeing this, and because I saw Zalia go inside, I am going to run in through the front entrance as quickly as I can.
Okay. You run in, Spastak, what are you doing?
I'm gonna follow suit.
Okay, so you both like burst in through, and you see Zalia. You see the blade near. You see her holding her bleeding shoulder, and you see this like hooded figure standing opposed to her. You see the other blade coming out of his wrist, and he turns over, and you see his light blue eyes as they look at you. Damn it! I don't have time for this. Fine. Consider yourself lucky for the second time. I won't miss a third. And he pops the cork on like a little wooden ball and throws it, and smoke begins shooting out. As it quickly fills the area, you hear footsteps that get lighter and lighter as he takes off.
Fucking coward. Zalia, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, except for this little scratch, but that's not too bad. Yeah, no, I'm fine. Thank you.
I'm gonna cast Longstrider on myself and see if I can go after him.
Okay. You're gonna start running and jumping.
Yes, sir.
Boom, boom. All right. So cast yourself. So as you two stay in the hut, Spastak, you tear out into the market. Now there's a lot of people running around. But you can start running in what you think is the direction he went in. I'll need a perception check to see if you can spot him though, because he is cloaked.
Yeah, let me do that for you. So, perception.
Perception.
Oh, 21.
Okay. He's gotten pretty far, but you're pretty sure you recognize the color of the cloak. You see him pretty far down. He's running through like various market stalls. You're gonna go after him?
Yes, sir.
As Spastok is chasing after him, I am going to call out after him. Bring him back to us alive. We need to ask him some questions.
I'll ask them the questions.
All right, so
maybe we should go along and try help Spastok, because this guy isn't as bad as one would think, considering how he just ran away.
Look, we'll chase after him, but we're not going to be as fast as Spastok is.
Yeah, you're right.
How about I'm gonna pat her on the shoulder, and then I'm gonna usher her out of the tent to chase after the person as well.
I hope it's the shoulder that didn't get a blade go through it.
Well, I'm a bit more considerate than that, you'd think.
You're not Unthar, right? Yeah.
No, exactly. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and go, all right, let's go, and then I'm gonna stick my finger in the wound itself and go, let's go.
She could be into that. I don't know. All right, so
just like twist it.
So you guys start running as best as you can. Spastok is, even though he's so big and metallic, he is clearing through. People are moving out of the way. Like a mother has to grab her child who's about to run in front of him as he just...
Motherfucker thinks he's the rhino.
Through your robotic eyes, you are able to lock onto a figure who is running pretty fast away from you as well. Spastok, however... Excuse me. Because you were chasing him and he's still got that little blade floating around him... That is going to be that's a 21 to hit, Spastak?
That hits.
All right, so the little blade will fly out. And that is going to be, I got to math real quick. That's going to be 12 points of slashing damage as it shoots into your leg and slices through your armor a little.
Right.
And then the blade actually, like, as it shoots by, it stops, flips around, and starts following you as you're following him.
Okay, so let's see who's faster, me or the blade.
Can I see the blade from where I am? And if so, how far away is it?
At this point, he's going faster than you guys, so the blade is roughly 50 feet ahead of you, but you can see it behind him. It's hard to see because it's small and, like, you know, glinting off of the sun, but you can make it out.
Is it far behind me?
No, it's only about 15 feet behind you, so.
Alright.
While we were running... Oh, sorry.
You go ahead. I was gonna say, like,
Okay.
while my idea was awesome, like, I don't want to risk accidentally, like, missing and hitting a civvy or scaring someone by firing my gun at it.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
might cause panic.
While we were running through the thing, would we like run past the stores that either Sheldon or Daniel would have been in? Like, would we see them as we're running past them?
Let's see. So based on the directions you went, eventually, yes. You'll run into Daniel first, specifically. Daniel, as you're coming out of the comic shop, you just see Spaztok clear it past you. He almost runs you over. And then you see what looks like a blade running behind him, or following him, like floating. And then as you turn to the right, you see your other two comrades running down that way.
As the blade is following him, since you said like Spaztok was close enough to almost barrel me over, if I see the blade, can I make like a reaction roll to like try to grab it out of the air?
Sure. Give me a very, very sexy athletics roll.
Oof, okay. All right.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Because
believe
this is a fast-moving blade, so...
that's totally fine. Yeah, no, that's not gonna be enough. That's like an 8.
Yeah, no way. Okay. Yeah, I had a high DC for that one. So you try to reach out, but it's already, like, past your hand before you can stop it. Eventually,
All
though,
right, well,
Edison
then-
and Zelia, like, meet you at that point, and you can take off with them if you want, so...
Yeah, as we're running, I'll have them explain what's going on.
This guy attacked me, and now he's running away, and fucking Spaztok is going straight for him, and we're just really chaotic.
I will note, Spaztok, you're slowly but gradually catching up to this guy, but that means you're also pulling away from your friends, so...
That's fine.
Hola, me llamo Esteban. Hello, Steve. Thank you for coming by. Guys, say hi to Steve.
Who the
He's good
fuck
people.
is Steve?
Yeah, it's Steve.
Oi.
We love Steve.
All right. So, I like how you're just, who the fuck is Steve?
Wait, how many feet is the guy away from us?
At
the back?
Oh boy. So he's really fast on his feet. So at this point, I'd say Spaztok is about like 75 away from you guys. And then, so that means this guy's like 95 feet from you guys.
Okay, just wanted to ask.
So yeah. At this time, because you guys are meeting up and telling what's going on, the blade is going to make another attack against Spaztok to try and slow him down.
Okay.
Spaztok, that is a 16 to hit.
That meets exact damn.
So that does hit still.
Yes,
That
sir.
is cocked, is what that is. There we go. That is going to be another 10 points of slashing damage as it just pierces you in the back and then, like, pulls itself out. As it just...
Okay.
Just a floating little blade that you can assume this guy's still controlling.
I'm gonna use a bonus action just to use my plus 4 HP.
Okay, so you boost yourself, giving yourself a little health back. As you're just tearing off after this guy. A bunch of people are starting to get in like an uproar, like, oh, good heavens, what is going on? And just seeing like you run. This guy's now on top of the huts, and he's like jumping over them. He is getting close to the deeper part of the city where he can probably lose you. So Spaztok, if you're gonna try anything, you're gonna have to do something right now.
Am I gonna catch him before he does that, or?
Judging by the distance, maybe it's not looking like it. Because it looks like he's nimble enough to just climb away from you. So if you're gonna do something, you'd have to like throw something at him, or cast a spell or something like that.
All right, yeah, I got something.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast jump to fucking jump right on top of him, basically. I don't expect it to
Oh,
do damage, but I
Jesus.
just want to get the damage in, or the space in.
Okay. You cast jump, so you're gonna jump right at him where he is.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll make it fun. He'll make a dex save to see if he can get away and not get landed on by... Okay, he makes the save. It's really high, so... but yeah, you jump up, and everybody's like, what in the world? It's a bird! No, it's an aerial contraption! No, it's a mech! What? And so he spots you at the last second. He, like, leaps out of the way, but he kind of falls off and lands on his back and, like, rolls down, like, a slight hill. You crash through this hut, smashing down, landing in front of this poor elderly baker. What the hell are you doing to my bakery shop? What you smashing the breads? You metal bastard! And he grabs onto your arm and he's like shaking you. You have any idea how expensive this is?
Is that a grapple?
I was just getting ready to say the same thing.
Yes, this old guy is trying to grapple you. He got an 8.
Okay, so yeah, well, hang on. Let me remind myself. So that's right. It's just my roll versus his, right?
Yes. So you just need to beat an 8 on your
12.
Athlete. Okay. So yeah, he's holding on to you, and you have to turn and look at him for just a moment, but you're able to pull yourself away, and he actually falls like on his face because he's an old guy. So he just like.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna keep fucking running. Fuck that guy.
Let me actually check here. We're going to. All right, I need another perception check from you.
Another one? Christ. Let me see. So we'll go with. Now 20! Well, I know it's.
For a total of?
22. 22.
Okay, okay, so let me think. That, plus that, plus that. Yeah, he was able to stealth. You don't know where he is.
What the fuck?
You can assume he's close.
Okay.
You have now entered the more city area. There's a lot of stairs, a lot of buildings, a lot of people. There's a lot of alleyways behind buildings and such. You're sure he's still probably close, but you can't get a lock on him now.
Right.
That's insane.
I'm just gonna wait for the others.
Okay. Then,
Damn, my music ended at the perfect time. Holy shit, that was insane.
I can't actually remember. Did Daniel catch the knife or?
No.
What?
That was the guy you were chasing.
I can try for the.
Yeah, no, I know, but I remember you tried to catch the knife.
I
But
tried to catch it.
Would I have heard all the commotion, by the way?
yes,
Or-
you
or
heard
am
all
I
this. You're kind of. I assumed you'd start running towards it. You did hear it. You heard like you actually eventually you just see Spaztok in the air jump up and then land, and you hear a crunch. So, you can run over towards that.
What is going on over here? I can't leave y'all alone for, like, I assume it's been like 20 minutes. For
Yeah,
20
something.
minutes while I'm just shopping?
Somebody attacked Zelia. While we were trying to catch up to him, he got away.
I'm sorry. This is my fault again.
No.
Are
Don't
are
say
any
it.
of you wounded?
Zilia's hurt a little bit.
Let me have a look at that wound.
I'll show him my wound.
I'll try and close the wound with a medicine check.
Okay.
Can I somehow help with that? Because
Well,
I do have. proficiency.
You have proficiency. So yes. So roll a medicine with advantage, Sheldon.
Nat 20 plus 4.
Okay.
Without even the advantage.
Roll again. Let's see if we get another.
No. All right. So you're able to bandage her up, and her like outfit isn't even that damaged, but you're able to bandage her up, stop the wound from getting any worse, and we'll be nice and say you gain 3 HP back.
Yippee! Thank you.
Yippee.
Some citizens are picking up the old guy. He's a little bruised up just from that fall, but he's like still angry. That thing, it hit the plate, and it destroyed my hut, and all the bread is gone. Who's going to pay for this?
I'd like to approach the old man. Excuse me, sir. Just how much merchandise did you lose?
The whole hut is already broken. This is high quality of the breads. The bread is worth a lot. Hundreds and hundreds of gold. All right. Hundreds and hundreds of golds. The bread is very expensive. He break my heart. That's how he's talking, but really loud and angry.
Italian.
And eventually you hear a calming voice. All right, easy. I can make the payment. And you turn, and it is Leosin. What in the hell's happened to all of you?
Look, Zalia was attacked by a masked, cloaked man. We tried to chase him to get some answers as to why he would attack her. And in the process, Spaztok here tried to jump at him, missed him just barely from the looks of things, and crashed into this poor man's stall.
Oh, jeez. Look, he looks at you. Spaztok, I get it. The guy needed to be caught, but you gotta be more careful of where you're landing.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. He's too quick. You should have been faster.
Ugh. All right, we're not gonna get anywhere with that. Anyways, he has some of his knights with him, and so one of them hands him a sack that they like arrange some money into, and he hands it to the old man. Will this cover it, sir? And he first he opens it. He's like, "What do you think?" These cover the bread and the hut. Yes. Okay, fine. And he like spins the bag around and like tie it off. But what about? And then someone's like, "What about your like hospital, sir?" No, this cover it. Let me go. And he starts walking off, like holding the gold and like waddling away.
Yeah, it checks out.
What an odd fella.
We don't have the fundage to keep doing that, so please keep your destruction of public property to a minimum, fellas.
We will try. This was purely an accident. Had I seen the smoke bomb that he had before it went off, I probably could have prevented it, but he was just a bit too fast for us.
Do you even know who this man is?
Kind of. When I arrived here a year ago, this same guy attacked me in Huronfold. I don't know exactly what his problem is. I think he just doesn't like my kind. But I don't know much more about him.
Any distinguishing features?
Would we have noticed that? Would I have noticed any distinguishing features?
All
at the
you know
DM?
is he has pale
It's
skin and
really
light
pretty
blue
eyes.
eyes. Yeah, he's light blue eyes and pale skin. Otherwise, both times you've seen him, he's just been like cloaked up. So.
Yeah. Not much except for that his skin is extremely pale and he's got light blue eyes. That's all I could ever make out from him.
And he's of average height, so.
And he's of average height.
And he's
Yep.
really hot.
I'm so glad I didn't set my water yet.
He's hot.
No, it doesn't give us much to go off of.
Oh no, he's
Be
hot.
careful for next time.
Yeah, he did say he wants to come back, but I'll try not to walk into any of his traps next time. sorry.
Let's try not to. It's fine. Let's just try not to split up in the future.
Did that happen when you guys were at the mining guild, or before or after?
It
was-
was during, I believe. Yeah, I saw Zalia wander off. I don't know what drew her away, but
He had a little stuffed toy there like I do, and he waved at me, and I thought it was cute, and I wanted to know more, and then I followed him into his hut, and then,
You
know
always
the
follow
rest.
strange guys into huts.
If they have-
now's not the time.
If they have interesting things, yes.
Well,
I may
rest-
be stupid.
Oh, look, a piece
No,
of
it's-
candy.
piece of candy. Piece of candy. No, for
Anyway.
fair reference, we are in the merchant's court, so it's normal to see some interesting things. Normally, Elturio's better about keeping folk like that out. I'll have to have a talk with Onthar about that one.
I would appreciate that.
Um,
Admittedly, back on my own territory, I would be able to keep a bit of an eye out, but here, I've never been here before, and I wouldn't exactly know what to keep an eye out for.
Of course. But on some good news, and he holds out a piece of paper, I have a bond here for you all. It's good for the carriage ride that I have squandered up for you. It'll get you to Alikar in less than 2 days, which based on normal rates of getting there is a godsend.
It's good. We're exploring another option as well. I have a hawk in transport delivering a message to the owner of the Tidepole Tavern, asking about their teleportation circle.
I love how nobody
I
remembers
believe-
this guy's name. He's just the owner of the tavern.
The owner.
I might have his name, actually, now that I think about it.
It's fine if you don't.
Boston.
I-
Boston.
Yeah.
So easy. Love my notes.
Foreskin.
No, there you go.
Foreskin.
Foreskin.
His
I
bald
don't
head looks
think
like that.
I don't think I noted it down because my character didn't really interact with him.
That's fair.
Foreskin is the owner of the Tide Pod, or the Tide
Well,
Pod.
the other thing too is I am talking to the Knight of Justice, so like calling him by his name is not going to tell him anything.
No, I know,
Yeah,
but you guys
true.
said that earlier, and you also just called him the owner. That's why I'm just bringing it back because I
True.
thought it was funny
Yeah.
that it's like, you remember the owner, the guy we talked to for a whole session? Yeah, that guy.
If anybody
No,
should remember
I
it,
don't
it should be
remember.
Edison.
It should be, yes, but Edison
Alas.
just wanted food and drinks.
Anyways,
Can't
hopefully
blame the guy.
Anyways, hopefully the Hawk will come back soon with a message, and if we're able to use the circle, it could get us there even faster.
Well, we can only hope. It's up to you when you want to take off. The carriage ride will wait for you for the day, so...
We appreciate your help, truly.
Of course, it's only got enough room for all of you to make your way over there, but me and my men will be following you post-haste. Plus, there's some knights already in Elakara, and they'll keep an eye on the caravan, maybe even stall it if they can, so you get there in time.
Of course. While we're waiting to find out word from Daniel's familiar, do you mind if we use where we met you guys earlier to rest up for a bit? I've got some crafting that I would like to potentially engage in, a bit of tinkering, if you will.
Of course, feel free to use that space.
Speaking of crafting, Edison, did you manage to get that recipe that I asked you about?
No, I wasn't able to get the recipe, but I've got more than enough for what I need.
Alright. I'll see if I can find the recipe in another town then.
I think that might be for the best. We'll keep an eye out when we get to Alakara. They might have something there.
About recipes, by the way, I managed to buy a recipe for a potion of climbing. I thought that might be useful in the future.
Okay, well, I'm actually kind of glad that you've picked up something like that. It might not be useful to us yet, but we might actually find an occasion for it. Good work. And with that, Edison is gonna, depending on what everyone else is gonna do, Edison's just gonna head back to that meeting place so he can start crafting himself some more bullets.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's about time. Just kind of chill and wait for the familiar to get back.
Yeah, while we're chilling, I'd like to, Zlia would just like go to Edison and be like, by the way, you still have that broom?
Yes, it's in my bag of holding. Are you interested?
I mean, I think we should probably like give it to someone so that, you know, we can use it.
Well, I'm this is gonna sound really fucking embarrassing, but I'm actually afraid of heights. So I'm not gonna use it, but if you or anyone else in the group is interested, you are more than welcome to take it.
I prefer my feet on the ground, thanks.
I hear you fucking snickering to yourself, you scaly prick. How about you keep your fucking snide comments to yourself, or I will sell you to the fucking miners' union.
Well, me?
Oh, wait,
No, I don't-
wait, the mining unit wanted to buy him?
Yes, they thought he was a fucking automated, like, you know, machine that they could just buy, and I'm gonna be honest, I was tempted. So tempted.
You should
Half
be
that
one.
people think they can drink piss, though, so that doesn't really say much for their intelligence.
Well, how much did they ask for him?
I'm gonna be honest, they were waiting for me to give a price, so I could have asked for fucking anything. I was actually tempted to give him away for free.
Huh. Well,
Try it,
What?
you human bitch.
well, I just bought a cauldron for like 80 gold, so any money would be nice.
I've got some healing potions to distribute out as well.
And I'm gonna
Fantastic.
give everybody else in the party one healing potion common.
Oh, thank you.
Take
Oh,
those
thank you.
notes.
I'll
Do you want the money for that bag?
No, that's quite alright.
Quick question. Were you able to sell the emeralds and sapphire I gave you?
You never asked the guy!
Based on the partially covered look on your very bandaged face, I'm going to assume no. Which is fine. We'll sell them at Alcara. Maybe we might score a better deal there.
Yeah, actually, can you send me what you actually gave me real quick?
Yeah, no, of course. Let me get our DMs up because I've actually got like
Alright.
a sheet still here. I've got them both highlighted, ready to be removed at like a moment's notice.
So you guys are heading back to that meeting place, right? The common
Yeah, we're
area?
heading back to the meeting place.
Okay. Now you wait. Alright, so we'll just let some hours go by while you're doing that. Kill some time.
And during this time, I would like to. I'm just trying to find fucking voices and eyes DMs. Where the fuck are they? They're hidden. Fuck it. I'll just do this.
Just don't want to talk to him. I see how it is.
Bro, like, I already have to spend Sundays with him.
That's enough. Yeah.
Sundays is enough.
Can you believe it? I had to hang out with him yesterday, so...
I know.
But yeah, so I have worked out that a batch of 18 bullets takes about 6.8 grams of gunpowder and 126 grams of metal, lead or iron/steel, depending on the world in question, which means that I could make a total of 72 bullets over the span of 8 hours. But I would need to make 4 separate checks because you can only make a batch of 18.
Well, keep in mind, these are actually... These have less in them.
Yes.
So...
But I've got all the calculations.
Wait. Hang on. Let me double check the horn. Because it was a horn, but there was only... Keep in mind, there was only 1 pound in there, not 2.
Yep, 1 pound. But 26 grams from a pound is very minute, and that's for 4 batches. Because in total, a pound comes out to little under 1,000 grams. And the iron bars come out to a total of 24,946 grams. Which I worked out, and if I was to just sit there and engage in some slave labor, I could make over 33,000 revolver rounds for myself.
Okay, now you're full of shit.
No, alright, no, it's not that much. That was the calculations if I had as much as I wanted. Not as much
Okay,
as
the
I wanted,
way
as much
I
as
read it
needed.
is 1 horn typically makes 32 rounds. You have 2 horns. That's this is when I was reading for myself, okay?
Yeah, I was doing some research as well. I went
okay,
to...
I'm just looking at the D&D thing. So it said the horn, based on how much is in there, it said it can make about 32 rounds based on like the 2 pounds that are in there. Well, these are 1 pound, which is why I said you can make about 15, 16 rounds. That's what I was
then we'll go with your ruling then.
I'm only saying this because 72 rounds. Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you. I did the math.
You're telling me you can make 33,000?
Look, that was if I had enough to balance out, and if I had the time. But I don't have the time. Time is of the essence, so 72 rounds is all I need.
Okay, well, in this
instance, is all you're going to need for a while. In fact, I can almost guarantee that you're not going to go through all of that before at least the end of the campaign.
No, exactly. And if I do need more, I'm only going to need, like, batches of, 18 at most.
Okay, well, anyway, so what I'm getting at is these horns aren't your typical ones. These guys kind of gave you a rough deal, so...
Yeah.
So we'll say if you use them both in this downtime, which you can, you get 32 rounds total, because it's half, each one's half of what one is, so...
Okay.
So you get 32 rounds from these. From the standard one, then I could see you getting that amount, but these are a lot less, so...
Alright, let me throw my math out the window and add some more rounds. So how many rounds did you say we get? Yeah, like 33?
32 total.
32, fantastic. So I now have a gorgeous 37 rounds.
Nice.
For my little downtime.
Damn.
So you all relax. I guess you could say you short rest if you want. That's kind of what this would be, so...
I'm down to fucking short rest.
I am most definitely down to short rest.
Oh, King.
Yes?
What
Oh,
would
right.
that
Sorry.
result in?
I'm looking at the number and I'm not answering you. That's hilarious. So would you remember anything?
Like, my thinking was that I would, like, only remember some of the basic, like,
Right.
early stuff that I would have learned.
So, yeah, you can do a night vision potion. You remember that one.
Hold up. Let me just note that down. Night vision.
Yes. Here. Oh, here we go. What is this? that doesn't help me. Here we go. You can also make the Nourish potion.
Nourish.
Okay.
So night vision and nourish. So right now that's all you remember, but those are the basic stuff that Lloydian taught you. Basically how to satiate yourself with a potion and how to see in the dark when it gets really late. Basically things for survival in the wilderness.
As I said in the end, I wanted to do it that way because I didn't want to interrupt people.
Oh no, of course. No, I was seeing you do it, and then I just completely like brain rotted, not thinking about that I had to give you an answer. So.
Good old brain rot. We love it.
We love brain rot.
So as it starts to get later in the afternoon and the day is getting closer to ending, the hawk does return.
Okay.
She swoops in, lands in front of you with the note. So it's your note, but written on the back is a response from Thurston. It says, my friendly associates, I'm terribly sorry, but the teleportation circle at my abode is simply a trap for people we do not want to approach. It just simply sends them outside of our building. I'm afraid it would have to be greatly enhanced by a master magic user to be able to connect to other circles in the world. We don't have that kind of money.
Well, yeah, that's a shame. But at least we got a carriage.
This is true. You have options.
Well, it's getting pretty late. And we've already wasted enough time sitting... Well, I don't want to say wasted. We've burnt enough time waiting for the hawk to come back to us. Depending on how you all feel, I would say we leave during the night.
We should be able to sleep in the carriage, so I don't see that as a big deal.
Based on the fact that Zelia here doesn't need much sleep, maybe the pair of you can take shifts and drive the carriage towards Alakara.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Fantastic, that's what we'll do then.
Shouldn't we start heading out now instead of waiting for the night?
That's exactly my plan.
Okay.
All right.
Everyone got their bearings?
Yes, sir.
You got shit.
Fantastic.
Pack of shit, get out!
And then we make our way.
All right, so you guys hop into the carriage. It's got 4 horses on it, and they take off, barreling into the slowly setting sun. You guys take off in the northern direction, heading for the mighty city of Alakara. So it's gonna take you a while to get there, even with this. So it's going to take. Let me think. Where are we? We're at here. So there. All right. So it's gonna take over a day. Keep in mind.
Okay.
But you're lucky enough to have this because of your association with the Knights of Justice, you're able to have this really fast carriage and get you there in just under 2 days instead of what might be more like 3 or 4 kind of days.
Okay.
So we will say, for the sake of things, so we're at that. So we'll say it is now like mid-afternoon time. But you skip end this day, and then you skip through the next day, so it is now mid-afternoon of that following day. So 83 days remain.
Oh, we had to skip 84.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Julian still got 84.
Yeah.
Yep, true. I'm at 84. We all get a long rest during this, right?
Yes, if you want it. Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is about. Let's see here. So yes, you all arrive. You see it in the distance. You're still riding up as you awake the next day. So a couple days pass now, and you see in the distance tall towers, a mighty wall, and carriages going in and out as you slowly begin to merge onto the trail with all the other carriages leading into the city of Alakara. You make the journey with no issues. You all also level up to level 5.
Already?
Yeah!
Whoa.
Let's fucking go!
Okay, all right.
Yeah, my homies love level 5.
And that
Oh,
is
yes.
where we are ending today's session.
No!
Fucking.
That's the caveat.
Well, unless
part.
you guys want a little like cinematic cliffhanger kind of thing, but we don't have
We
to do
do.
anything like that. Okay.
We do.
Do it.
Okay.
I don't think you get a choice. Do it.
Okay. Somewhere not too far away from you guys now, in a home, sits a young man. He's very ragged, very tired. He looks miserable, honestly. All these documents, all this paperwork. How much business do I have to go through? And a woman sits down next to him. She seems quite older than him. Honey, you're doing the best you can. Mother, I can't run this family by myself. It wasn't ever supposed to be me in the first place. And he smacks the table, that bastard. He had to go and get himself caught up in all that and leave the responsibility on me. I didn't want it. But Dad left me no choice, and now without me, everything's gonna fall. I can't trust anyone else. You can trust me. I can trust you, but I can't trust anyone else. Your other sons failed you, and you know it. Don't talk about your brothers like that. You know it's true. You know they want this seat as much as I don't want it. That bastard, I don't know what he did. I don't know why we can't have him be a part of this, but he's out there betting his wife and laughing at me right now because he knows I can't do it, but he doesn't deserve this seat, damn it. I'm gonna figure something out. I wish he was still here, Ma. He would know what to do. Even if he couldn't be the lead, he could help me get through this. And the mother figure, she starts to shed a tear. I know, I wish your brother was here as well, but he isn't. I don't know where he is, if he's even around anymore. And as the night of this night sets in for them, panning outside, a very well-dressed man with slicked back hair kind of watches them from the window. Oh, soon now, dear brother, you will fall just like the other one did. Oh, how soon it will be that this family will be under my boot, and we can start to finally get our name back on track. But until then, I'll just watch you crash and burn. And that is the end of today's session.
Yeah.